Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Can and Kick It podcast. I am your host, White God, and the ladies to my right are Ange 13 and D Naj Reno and Heat Detector in the back. Today, we got a show. We got a kind of a different show for y'all, man. We're gonna watch this Tank and Roach fight, and we're gonna
Who's Tank and
commentate
Roach?
Tank Davis.
Wow.
Devontae Davis.
Tank and Roach?
No, I just said that's Roach. I know, but Tank that's what they call Javante. And Roach is his opponent's last name. So that's why I just said Tank and Roach. Huh?
Freddie Roach Jr.
No, not Freddie Roach. I'm gonna say Freddie Roach. Wait, ain't
Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Hell no.
So roll up, get all your shit in order, because we're gonna commentate. We're gonna have a lot of weed smoke. We're gonna have a lot of cussing, so we'll add on to the disclaimer. It's gonna be some old shit, fuck, however it is. Tune in, man. Y'all ready?
I think so. I've never done this before.
There's 1-2 there for Martin. Martin goes to the body, but now Cuello delivers a combination.
That's how I look when I be in the gym.
Delivering a lot of combos. Not delivering. I was going to say needs to deliver the jab
and the uppercut, which is his punch that would be the important one in this fight.
He has been muted.
Yeah, he has that left as an uppercut and as a body shot to the solar plex. Speaking of Cuello.
A minute and a half gone here in the fifth.
I tend to back off.
I think what's interesting here is Cuello is normally the puzzle that is difficult for his opponents to solve. He's the one that's, at least the last couple rounds, chasing Martin more, trying to find avenues of offense.
I'm saying, but back off.
How long do y'all think it takes persons to get over it?
Probably the pocket of the check. Right. Sure. I don't care.
I lost, but I got
70 million. I can get this reconstructive surgery right quick, but the moral of the story is my family got paid. I can feed my family for at least a week.
Shout out to everybody watching YouTube, Facebook.
Landing his fair share of shots.
Hit the like, subscribe, and if you're on Facebook, switch over to YouTube, man. We need that. We need those views. Hit the like and subscribe.
You would think to the judges, each time Cuello misses, Martin able to sort of shake his head, give him a little smirk.
You smell like dude. You smell like dude that's like 6'4". You swung all over this. You swung all over this.
Someone's got to lead the dance. 10 seconds left.
He's fighting like
Goes to the body.
somebody handed him some Vaseline first.
The uppercut has been MIA for Cuello.
Good.
Nigga told him, let me be your piece.
I
feel like a nigga told him, let me be your piece.
Let me be your piece.
How we doing? Really good.
I want to be your piece.
Remember,
Get me your piece.
championship fights.
Please.
We need to win clear rounds. When you're in the inside body work.
His face don't look so bad, though.
Yeah, that's the dude that's hit him on the side of his motherfucker right here.
We've seen. Remember that fight we watched?
We're gonna see a replay. We were talking about
Opened up.
when he made a miss, and you said no, you didn't catch me. Nothing happened here.
Little sell, little embellishment.
So, shake his head out of
He doesn't have to sell too much because Cuello's only landing 23% of his punches, guys.
We're in the 6th round, y'all. 6 to 12
He's
round.
like a confident fighter right now.
One thing that's interesting is Martin, outside of defeating and retiring Mikey Garcia, really
Wow. Look at him.
I want to see some
broke his
fucking
nose
shit
in the
going
opening
on.
round against Lopez on a headbutt. That affected his performance in a big way.
These guys, they got the power.
His nose in that fight. In this fight, he was seeing double. I mean, The guy can adjust.
Let him go. That'd be the fight to walk away from after school. Like, they ain't gonna be nothing.
Come back to school the next day. Damn, what happened to your
Get the
face?
jab going, but Martin utilizing good footwork, movement, not allowing Puello any opportunity to really establish any type of movement.
He's put Puello in the spot where Puello has to be the counterpuncher, and he doesn't.
So how long? When did you start smoking?
As he does coming forward.
When did you start smoking?
Usually does. Left
That's
uppercut on the
It sounds like it. You ain't got no lung control. Just letting all the weeds go out in the air like it's supposed to be a free radical. This mother. Where we live, it's legal.
Martin's ability to
You do whatever the fuck you want.
slide and avoid these shots.
So where we live, it's legal.
Minute and a half gone here in the sixth. So midway point of the fight. Left uppercut on the break by Puello, a rarity. The body work continues to be effective.
Yeah.
Counter right by
He should have kept coming in, yeah.
Puello's in on Martin.
Rocky Reza had an ear off. Damn.
Out of smart fighter there is
Yeah, he heard the worst conversation ever.
There it is again. Not trying to give Puello anything.
Somebody talking about him, his ears is burning.
The taller fighter has to reach, and how do you smother his offense? By getting in close.
He's red as hell.
Right.
Him in cortisone is a bit.
Right, that's why
He gonna make him fucking
Not known as a one-punch
handicapped
certainly
afterwards.
surprise you with those left hands.
And yet Martin continues to close the distance, clinching, disrupting Puello.
he just go off by red. He lost.
Maybe not.
He's either too far or too
Maybe
close
he's
to
right.
Puello. Fighting really
So
smart.
out of these two, though, who's suspected to go back?
Right hook, but misses. Martin's hands
Yeah.
down.
All I know is like it's a little bit.
Well, we're just gonna laugh at who gets knocked out or loses an ear.
In the sixth, halfway through. And there is Gervonta Tank Davis warming up, and you also
So that's the guy we're gonna use.
all the action going on there. Now Barry Hunter has been conscripted as his new chief secretary.
We don't even care.
He
He ain't invite us.
diligence, guys, earlier
He
today.
did not get invited.
Inspector Hunter.
Excuse me, sir.
Out the ring ropes.
Swipe.
Should that even matter
I've
though?
never seen a
You know what I'm
coach do
saying?
that, to be honest. That's new to me.
Ain't nobody whooping his ass.
It should matter, yes, because you have two
Really smart.
different people that
Over last
is
minute
coming
strategy.
at you at the same time. That man and that woman in the form of that body.
Amen.
You either gonna get stole on, scratched, slapped, or stuck. You're gonna get all of them. Because
yes, we've seen the familiar
that they still got wrist action, baby. Wrist!
Wrist
Wrist do everything. Look at the wrist. I keep telling y'all this wrist. Listen.
Uppercut from Hades, the 2020 knockout of the year. Will we see a knockout in this title fight?
Maybe.
Oh, this damn title fight?
The title.
It's entertaining.
Halfway through, we got our unofficial scorer, Larry Hazard, with Martin comfortably.
So people
They fight like they don't even know we.
Okay, so people aren't watching us watch the fight. They're just watching us talk about the fight.
Okay, so can they hear the fight? Oh, okay.
Well, let me do a play-by-play. There's blue shirt wearing guy walking back and forth, looking all judgy. Got a bow tie on. He's touching people, making demands. He's stepping away after he touches people. But the two guys in the middle, one has on some red shorts, red gloves, and red ears. There's another guy, he's black. It's like a comment they would say. He's black. Black dude has on black trunks and gold and black Jordans. But they're black and gray. He's not even matching. It's just a dude in clothes.
You get sick of watching
He doesn't know how to freaking fight. He is leaning into his depth. Look at him. He's ducking right for the hit. Get your ass to the crib. Al, get away from my ribs. Better yet, get away from my liver. You liver destroyer. Oh, see, keep giving him the 1-2. Why you pausing on that one side? You having a stroke, fella? Somebody better call a medic. I don't know what's happening here. He keeps rolling in, but then he doesn't stay. Stick around. Yeah, he may be down, but stick around.
Has the advantage, but just barely in terms of total punches landed. So still very competitive, but Martin is the one that is setting the terms of this fight.
Opening 4 rounds did feel like they could have gone either way, so no idea who's this far ahead officially at this point, although we've certainly liked the work of Martin lately, but after, he's got to be able to get a little distance, get a little extension on those shots.
Yeah, no, he's got to let his hands go. He's got to dictate the pace by throwing his jabs, his lead hand, like his push him back. Start that breaks, that distance, there it is, and throw your bolo punch, the uppercut, the body shot.
And they're an aggressive Puello with the left. Martin.
Head off.
You're like, all right, stop fucking around.
Fuck around, fuck around.
You got some wings start waiting on me in the back, goddamn.
This 140-pound title fight. Another piece of the 140-pound crown will be up for grabs. Jose last August and flipping the script. At times known to be an action fighter and a brawler as well, but decided to use the mind, the switch of box.
Oh no.
He saw tonight faces an entirely different fighter in Gary Antoine Russell, known for that relentless
He's been
pressure.
in a lot of fights.
That nigga on like a sandpail.
He's been in every fight.
This shit look like a fucking sandpail.
I think he fought for me. He fought for power.
Featherweight champion, and for the first time,
That nigga been on the front line for everything. He's represented for all of our boroughs.
He was fighting for his right to party.
So got loose squares on the front line.
He got democracy on his shoulder. He is marching on that.
No, what?
You can't.
Why are you standing back
He's
up?
holding them. He holding them.
Certainly had enough of the dictation of the terms of Martin's last few rounds.
the Wasp wants to prove, yeah, he's
We're
still
going
got
for a
some
Tweety Bird
sting in
going
those
around this
punches.
motherfucker like that. Like,
I wonder how it is mentally for Puello. He's always been the guy who makes you miss, who makes you uncomfortable, and now it's
Gonna
him.
start using both
Punches
arms.
from Martin. 3 left hands landed, just missed with the left uppercut. And on the inside, it's all Martin.
do this. Back up and do it again.
Puello still pawing with that jab.
No, it's just every time that Martin gets in the inside, he breaks to the body, he works the uppercuts, and then he gets out. Does not give Puello a chance to get his hands up.
If I would get him one big out of the boat.
Nice right.
He's taking off shots. And it's just making another. He's taking all the shots and it's just making them
This is as aggressive
another body part red.
Right. He just look like one red ass taxi.
Yeah, I think the urgency is noticeable now from Puello. He's trying to let those hands go. He's trying to get these rounds in the bank.
Body shot by Martin, puts together the
This
combination.
the thing they need to it's not speed bag, it's
more of those exchanges. There
little
needs to be
ball. It's
punches
like
on
little
the
ball.
exit.
Yeah, I guess it's good.
Just
But
sapping
we
each
need
other's
to
energy.
work on that shit because
Does that help
Ain't
you
no
out?
doubt when you're in
Like,
close.
no accuracy.
There, Martin goes
See, they gonna knock each other out.
Right.
all right. Both of y'all retired too.
Yeah, it's every time he beats him to the punch, Martin, he's just...
Red trunks, got it
He's
there.
fast.
I mean, Martin has better head movement at this range than Puello, and that's been a big part of his success.
30 seconds left.
This ain't
Puello
good.
left uppercut from Martin. But the defensive moves of Martin on display. Puello walking forward, but again, he needs to work from distance. Long range, establish that jab, and there it is.
I couldn't agree more.
And see, at times, he's the one who's walking and not smothering his offense for really nothing, it seems.
Of course he does.
No, I'm saying, do you think you could do this shit like that? About
Who, me?
Yeah.
I used to fight a lot of shorty.
They just said Mark don't look control.
Always fighting. When I got older, I actually watched an actual boxing match.
I mean, it's
And
really
the guy knocked the other out,
each other,
and we didn't even see the hit.
With the rhythm. No.
Almost nobody saw it. They said, we got to get a replay of that. How did he end up on the ground? They had to take a 360 view of him coming up like this.
And we're going to see the left hand
Damn.
exchange, a beautiful exchange right
Like
here.
his Twitter,
Right.
as they say.
Both sides, but it was Puello who got
Right back.
the inside work and
Hilarious.
that left hand.
Both
Main
talked
event.
about their counterpunching being key in this fight.
How you put
And
that?
again, they immediately closed the distance.
Like you said, it's Puello who does it.
Yeah, and he's not allowing his offense to get on track because of it. And meanwhile, Martin's shoe shot in the body. Side headlock employed by Martin. Nice counter right there by Martin. Martin much busier.
Martin is really weird. I thought Martin was really
Even when Puello counters clean on the inside, it's always after 2 to 3 to 4 punches from Martin.
Yeah.
The physicality from Martin, just very comfortable in there, trying to push Puello around, leaning on him.
Puello is closing the gap.
This is their
on
last
Larry
round, right?
Hazard's unofficial scorecard.
12 rounds. 9
Yeah, we talked about those close rounds. I mean, I thought Martin.
Yeah. Look, see,
Yeah,
that's how you see this kid cheering out. That's how I know them punches ain't hurting.
Oh.
In fact, Puello did throw more, but didn't land as much, and that's what's in the key. There's the uppercut on the outside, and another uppercut on the inside by Puello. That one missed. So Puello throwing more, but it's Martin that's landing more.
Yeah, that right hook has been landing really good for Puello.
Not neither one of these guys.
Ooh.
The right from Martin lands. Puello just smothering the offense, trying to get in, but not. Has had moments with the uppercut, but not leading with the uppercuts to open up that lane to get in, to make it easier for him, Brian.
Also not
Both.
leading consistently with the jab to set up that uppercut.
Might not somebody.
Really found a home as the counter puncher, but you do have to be mindful of your output in that sense.
Final minute of the ninth. And similar pattern to many of the rounds.
That's why he get red.
Martin
You
just
up around, keep that.
outlanding Puello by a couple of punches. Puello throwing more in that close quarters.
Ooh, he's trying to get at him. He's
Martin
missing.
keeps him there.
A lot of missed shots there from Martin, but again, it's him who's putting the pressure.
And the body work has been a big point
Ooh,
of
come on.
for Martin, hoping to set the strength of the defending
Yeah,
champion.
you done.
Martin currently nearly doubling the total output of body punches landed to Puello.
Final 10 seconds of the ninth. Body shot by Puello, single shot.
That round was really just like,
Very good, Puello.
That round was brutal. They both breathing hard,
Drink some water.
breathing hard.
Put some water on the head.
Like me breathing hard. Because
You know
I don't think anybody watch YouTube, Facebook, Rumble. I'm watching y'all hanging
that
out.
right hook when you're in the clinch.
Like, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay. Starting to get a little lost. I'm talking about.
We talked earlier about Sandor Martin embellishing some of the missed shots from Puello by smiling, shaking his head. Here's a situation where the counter right hook of Puello landed inside. Martin giving him the respect, saying, yeah, you got me good here, but let's see what happens next.
He's scared of how to do my free mode.
Round number 10 scheduled for 12. Alberto Puello, a two-time titleist at 140, defending the title for the first time of his second reign against Sandor Martin, who's been the long-time mandatory challenger, waiting 30 years, 45 fights.
Puello the champ, so he thinks all he got to do is just get down.
Champion to emerge from Spain in the first since body shot by Martin. Misses with the left, chopping right by Puello. But there, and now the referee breaks him up. I'm just really wondering about these unnecessary clinches.
Well, you say unnecessary. It's a big part of Martin's
not when Puello's the one leading the clinch and not throwing any punches, guys. I'm sorry.
I think that's Martin's game plan, to be in the inside.
Oh, it is. But Puello, you guys wanting to use the long-range jab, how often are you seeing that?
You're not.
You're not. Thank you.
And you're not seeing it again because Martin is putting that punch. He's getting in too close. Look, he's smothering his offense by doing that right there.
There's a double right from Puello, but again, just wrestles, grapples, pummels with Martin on the inside.
A quick, short right hook from Puello has become his best punch in recent rounds, whether he's countering or in that scene.
he just keeps sliding through.
Ooh.
You need to knock the cable off.
Right, you not doing it.
Clinching continuing here.
Just over a minute remains here in the 10th. A minute plus away from those pivotal championship
I'm
rounds.
straight. I'm nice and nice.
That's what we've been asking for.
You're right. If you're going to close the gap, regardless of who's initiating it, throw those punches. Both of them have great uppercuts. Puello's more effective. There's some action. And see, when Martin opened up, immediately countered by Puello.
It's all too long. You gotta stand back and
Landed a nice flurry, the clean punch from Puello.
Let him have it.
If someone was going to make an attempt to it was going to be Martin, and that's what he's doing.
That's what he's supposed to be
That's the way he wins fights.
right there.
The fighters have been separated by more than 3 landed punches in just one of the 9 rounds fought, so it's going to be a tough one to score.
No
He got
question about it.
that
It feels like Martin has controlled the action a little bit better at times, but Puello has been there to counter him a lot of the times, each step of the way. So I don't feel like either fighter, Abner, can feel like the fight is truly in their favor at this moment.
Be over both ways. Yeah.
Championship rounds are here. Who wants the championship more? I know Gervonta Tank Davis. He is set on defending his lightweight title, and look at this. The career knockout percentage at number 1, 28 knockouts and 30 wins. Yeah, he's numero UNO and looks for his 5th consecutive.
You know, I thought he's getting a tattoo right now. Oh, wow.
Lamont Roach Jr. as he's getting his hands wrapped. And he's a big favorite to successfully retain his title here in Brooklyn, the borough that helped make him a star, is here where he launched his championship status at the tender age of 22 when he knocked out Jose Pedraza using something we've talked about in this fight, a lot of the uppercut. And boy, does he have an uppercut from hell.
What?
Anybody who bet on
This
them?
is it. Championship rounds begin. Round number 11. Adjustments you want to see Puello make here in the 2 rounds, BC.
Well, first and foremost, control that middle distance a little bit better. Don't settle for the clinch. Let's get a little more extension. But if not, let your hands go, and we're certainly seeing that from Puello early.
Abner, what does Martin have to do a better job of in order to finally win that championship for Spain again?
Yeah, I mean, in order to win these rounds, clearly let the hands go as well. Flurries, don't stay in too close. Just have fun in there. I think that's what Martin has been doing this entire fight.
Referee Ricky Gonzalez largely letting him work in through these extended.
We haven't seen him.
I know there's some things that not like us.
At the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yet, the offense is smothered.
What momentum. Smothered.
Exactly. It's interesting because he did land it there. Puello is landing effectively when he gives himself the space. And I know what you've said, Abner, about Martin being but it just seems like Puello not utilizing that ring IQ like we expect him.
We don't know him by. Yeah, you're right.
Now again, establish the jab.
Playing 30 quick. You know, but it's 3 rounds. 12. I mean, 3-minute rounds for 12 rounds.
Man, as soon as the motherfuckers hit
me,
and the idea is very good to that. My whole thing
after that first, how you go to the skyline? After the first.
The goings on in this fight, it is those 3 judges at ringside who, if this goes the distance, will have, I believe, an unenviable task of adjudicating because, yes, the CompuBox numbers only tell part of the story, but they have been within 3 punches landed in 9 of the 10 rounds so far. There's only a separation of 3 punches or less, guys. I mean, unbelievable.
And even though we've been frustrated at times by Puello's decision-making, when he does land these counter shots, they're the cleaner punches.
They are. Yes, they are.
That is a lot.
More often than not. And that's the first criteria.
That lady does
Effective and effective.
It's cut off.
15 seconds left here in the 11th. Nice defense there by Puello, but didn't make him pay. Made a miss, didn't make him pay. 12th and final round is here. Will Puello successfully defend his title? Will Martin head back to Spain, campeón?
Oh, he's Spanish. Oh, Spanish. I showed my bag. I called him white.
3 minutes.
He definitely ain't white.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. Yes. You hear me? 3 minutes. Give me shots. Let the punches go. You saw the uppercut landing?
Right. You let the fucking punches go.
Father-son team in Martin's corner.
This whole life you've been waiting for this. You gotta let it out. Hands up and work.
Father knows best. And in case you missed it, 3 minutos left in this fight.
He only said it like 3 times.
I see why he's saying it. I know what the message he was trying to convey. 3 minutes could be left in your title reign if you don't keep it going.
That body shot hurt.
Martina's already listened.
Body shot hurt.
Puello to start it here.
And according to Larry Hazard, our unofficial scorer, Puello will need to score his 11th knockout in order to retain the title. Again, that's unofficial.
What? They said Martin winning?
Who can finish
So the dude in the black guy over here, he the champ, but you got to win by knockout.
Again, you imagine what Sandor Martin to wait as long as he has. Yeah, you got paid.
But you know how to wrestle.
But this is why you do this.
Nope,
This
I
is
don't know
why
nothing
you
about the refs.
You're a 3-division champion. There's nothing better than being on a pay-per-view in New York City. First title fight, a chance to really live out your dreams. And now 2 minutes left. Can Martin do it, or will Puello hang on and return the Dominican champion, the first Dominican to win a title at 140 pounds?
Pay the play and get it.
Well, Martin looking really comfortable in this last round. Not trying to close, trying to keep it clean. Fight from the outside. Letting Puello dictate the fight.
I wonder if that's
Nice uppercut. Sorry, Brian.
you wonder if that's the type of strategy
No,
Martin
you don't, yeah.
will regret.
I was going to say, actually, now with the minute and a half left,
I
go back
mean,
and watch the tape.
still getting up the goal.
Many moments here in this fight, guys, where I'm sure, especially Puello's going to be going, what was I thinking? But having said all of that, this is,
He tried it.
I don't know who's winning this fight.
I don't know who's winning the fight.
Martin slightly ahead of my car for whatever that means.
I agree, but
Were those close frames early on, a few scattered in between for sure.
minute left now. Can anyone make a definitive statement? Neither known for their knockout power. But the stage
Yeah,
is
you can
set
tell.
here on one of the biggest stages in the sport.
Cut around the right eye of Martin.
And he has been cut several times in his career, so that scar tissue is there for the ripping open.
It was lucky to happen in the last round.
30 seconds left. But again, Puello storming Martin instead of utilizing that long reach, the jab.
Right.
It's an interesting strategy, and I wonder if it is going to end up paying off with 15 seconds left.
Nope.
It's going to come down to Mark Cosentino, David Sutherland, and
Dude,
Don
dudes, he
Shula to
can blame
determine
his
who
whole
makes out of
motherfucking
Barclays
team
Center
for that loss, man.
140-pound
That game plan
finalist.
was not really big. Dude was shorter, his arms were shorter. And, yeah, horrible game plan. Like, we supposed to have been boxing dude from a distance. He boxed dude from a distance. Dude arms ain't long enough to even connect with him. You got
So
bing,
before
bing, bing.
we
Then
let
step back.
you get up there
Bing,
into
bing,
the ring,
bing.
just want to get your final. We're
He
waiting for the source,
can
but
hear
everything we've seen, guys, right now, where do you stand with this fight? And who do you think's got this and why, Brian?
I really thought Puello may have
But
stolen
you don't hear
through
me
those
at all.
late rounds just by picking up the output, landing the better counter shots. I feel like this one is completely up for grabs as we head to the
It
score.
definitely is up for grabs, but I think Martin did enough to win the fight. He stole the early rounds, and even though the last round there was no urgency, still believe he won the fight.
We'll take a look at the CompuBox numbers a little bit later, but the numbers do indicate that, well, actually, we're going to take a look right now, and again, they just tell a part of the story, and you see the power punches, clean, effective punching, but you look at the jabs, Puello's bread and butter, but again, power punches stand out to me.
No question about it. You see Puello, the busier fighter overall. Martin landing more shots at a better percentage, more better stats when it comes to those power shots, especially that 41% connects. But that jab did go to Puello. For as much as we were saying,
yes,
we want Puello to jab more to control that center of the ring. He did double up the total jabs. This fight feels even.
Ismael Salas embracing Puello. Sandor Martin coming to show his respects to his opponent's corner. Go 36 tough minutes for Martin, proudly representing Spain. Puello proudly representing the Dominican Republic. 31-year-old Sandor Martin came in with a 42-3 record. That's quite a lot of fights in order to wait for your first title shot, Mr. Campbell.
Damn. So yeah, you think it was 45 fights to get a title fight?
All right, Abner, let's take a look at what went down through 12 rounds.
Rob.
Yeah, it was a really close fight with both fighters had their moments. Mainly Martin in the inside, the body work.
That hurt him right there.
Puello trying to get the rhythm going, the jab that we never saw.
Martin is
Saw
the
it
red,
there,
right?
but it was Martin pushing back. There's some jabs there from Puello with the left. I'm sorry, the right hand. The uppercut that he's known by. We didn't see many uppercuts land by Puello. There's one. Maybe we saw 3 or 4 in this fight from Puello land that uppercut, but never really hurt Martin.
punches of Martin, the jab of Puello. Who is walking out of Brooklyn champion?
It
You know
all
who
looked
has
like
the
it
answer?
hurt.
The one and only Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards with a split decision. Judge at ringside, Mark Constantino scores about 115 to 113 in favor of Sandor Martin. Judge at ringside, David Sutherland sees it 115 to 113 in favor of Alberto Puello. And judge at ringside, Don Trella, scores about 116 to 112 in favor of the winner and still champion Alberto La Vispa
You called it.
Puello.
Getting used to close encounters of the 140-pound kind for a second consecutive fight. He gets the decision via split decision.
Unequivocally and get
For Sandor
all
Martin.
whatever big word y'all see, I'm trying to get it.
It felt like it could go either way, but to know his backstory, getting the wrong end of the stick against Teofimo Lopez in a fight that so many people thought
no doubt.
He pushed the pace. He came out
But
as
you
the
know what?
aggressor.
I think
Get his hand raised.
that judge, whoever that was, he
just
judged
slightly enough to get the win
punches
tonight.
he
Martin,
his
he was
forehead.
putting the pressure. He
Cause
do
that
a
shit
lot
was
more.
bad,
But
bro.
again, a really, really close round fight. I'm sorry, and it's really unfortunate for Martin.
Devastating setback for Sandor Martin.
But we don't really care about this fight, right?
Escapes by the hair of his chinny chin. Remains a titleist at 140
it started
pounds,
off slow,
and
but
that
it
sets
turned
the
out to be
table
a good
for
fight.
our next title fight. Also at 140 pounds, Jose Valenzuela. Coming off that upset victory over Isaac Cruz to become a champion, well, he will make his first title defense against none other than Gary Antoine Russell. And Russell knows what it's like to lose via split decision to Alberto Puello. It was his first loss in his last fight, but he's looking to storm back and make a statement. He's now 17-1, 17 knockouts, known for that relentless pressure, known for that devastating power. It's Jose Valenzuela versus Gary Antoine Russell, our co-feature, to determine another champ at 140 pounds. Will it be Valenzuela or new champion Russell? Let's go back to Brian Custer.
Thank you, Mo. And of course, the Tank Davis fight brings out all the stars, especially in the sport of boxing. Middleweight champion there, Carlos Adames, sitting there ringside, taking in all the action.
Look at that earring.
Well as newly
Them
crowned
LT
world champion Scooter.
Yeah.
Stephen Fulton Jr. now featherweight champion, sitting ringside.
He can get it.
And a guy who has been in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis, Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He would love to dance with him once again, sitting ringside as well. Back here with the Hall of Famer Joe Goosen. You were adamant as you were watching this fight. You said, Puello's going to win this fight. Puello's winning this fight.
I did.
Tell me what you saw that maybe others didn't see.
Well, I mean, look, it's all perception. What you think you saw and what I thought I saw was the heavier punches were being landed.
You need to go get him up for the
The guy that was bleeding at the end of the day was
Martin.
I thought he landed the solid right hooks all night long, especially down the stretch. I thought he pulled away in the stretch. And I said he was going to win.
Two of the three judges
I feel like
had Puello winning the last 3 rounds. All of them had him winning those last 3
the
rounds.
last
He's coming out the
3
full way.
rounds.
Yeah, and I thought it might have even been more than just the 3 rounds. But look,
I get that.
it's
But that shit
you know,
is
that's why they have 3 judges,
I feel
different
like
opinions. I thought Puello won it. I thought it went to the right
either
guy,
when the team
and that's the way it is.
it was an
Let me just say
upset,
this.
or when someone
This arena is really starting to fill up. And I was just given some information here from the Barclays Center.
how you feel though,
This
to
fight
win,
is
and all that.
tracking to be
It's
the
just a thing,
biggest
man. It's
event
That shit-
Barclays has ever seen from an attendance standpoint.
You got to give your commentary.
19,250. right now, it will be the second highest grossing event ever at Barclays, and of course, the #1 boxing event ever to take place in this arena. Now, look, our next fight coming up, the co-feature, and we've seen Jose Valenzuela grow up really in front of our own very eyes here on PBC, especially over the last several years. After a few early career setbacks, he has emerged a more complete fighter. He had that shocking upset over Isak Pitbull Cruz. That was last August. Got the world title. Well, now he's got to take on another power puncher, Gary Antoine Russell. He has stopped every opponent that he has beaten. Only loss came to Alberto Puello. He went the distance with him. This one's got a lot of intrigue with it.
Or is Alberto going down?
And, you know, if we take a look at the tail of the tape, what intrigues you about this fight?
Well,
but you know, that necessarily means
the matchup, not the tail of the tape necessarily. I mean, obviously, you see, you know, evenly on the reach, the height is almost the same, the weight and the age. I mean, there's a lot of similarity there, but it's the styles
that's my
I think about when I look at these two guys. Gary Antoine Russell is very aggressive. He's very polished. Comes from a fighting family. On the other hand, you know, when I think of Rayo, I think of a guy who's just kind of newly adapted to this boxing style, and I wonder if that's going to be enough experience as he has the last couple fights employing that type of strategy against an accomplished southpaw as Gary Russell Jr., who's got real fast feet, and he's longer and taller than Cruz, who was easier to handle for Valenzuela from a distance. This is going to be a different fight.
Well, Rayo said this is basically the first of many big fights for him in the future. Meanwhile, Gary Antoine Russell said he learned a lot from his first professional defeat. One, about being impatient, so you won't see him, an impatient fighter, tonight get back to being his old self. We'll see what happens here. Let's take a look back, though, at how Rayo became a world champion. It was last August in Los Angeles, and it was a good back and forth throughout this one. But it was Valenzuela who showed the new dimensions as he boxed well off the back foot. A lot of times made Pitbull just chase him and miss quite often. Pitbull certainly had some moments, though, where he did rock Valenzuela, but the more precise punching came from Rayo. He was able to stay out of harm's way. Rarely found himself getting trapped against the ropes. At the end of it all, it was Jose Valenzuela who got his hand raised. Split decision win for him. So, once again, it is time for the DraftKings Tale of the Tape. And joining us now, DraftKings analyst.
I'm excited for this one, Brian. Jose Valenzuela is flying high after winning the title from Pitbull Cruz, like you just mentioned, last August. Gary Antoine Russell is one of the best punchers in the division. 17 knockouts in his 17 wins. However, I like Rayo Valenzuela to get it done tonight by decision. He's minus 105 to win straight up, but betting him by decision will get you plus 180.
Many have it as a pick'em fight between these two. The newly crowned champion at 140, Jose Valenzuela, making his first title defense against Gary Antoine Russell. Let's go ringside. Here's Mauro Ranallo.
Right.
Jose Valenzuela, Gary Antoine Russell for another 140-pound title fight here in Brooklyn, back-to-back in BK.
That's what's getting ready to happen. That's getting ready to happen. It's like peace. Totally fighting for peace.
Then he coming out to some. Yeah, it's all. You hear what coming out to?
Last time he took an L, tonight he's looking to bounce back and become a title holder at 140 pounds. I'm talking about Gary Antoine Russell, the 28-year-old who was his high school valedictorian, as intelligent as any prize fighter you will ever come across. And I'm talking both smart, ring smart, period, full stop. But yet, coming off that setback, Abner, a learning experience, a very close fight, a split decision loss to Alberto Puello. But he said it wasn't so much what Puello did, it's what Russell didn't do, and he said tonight he's going to get back to his regular ways, which is a fast start, relentless pressure, and showing that knockout power, whether it's leading or countering. 17 wins, 17 KOs. Yeah, he's used to closing the show.
Definitely is. And I like when a fighter says it's not what he did, it's what I didn't do. That lets you know that he knows that he could have done a lot more, in which is pressure. He's known for the relentless pressure, the power, the body shots, the speed from Gary Antoine Russell, and that's what he needs in this fight against Jose Valenzuela. You can't let him get comfortable.
His father, who they lost due to complications caused by type 2 diabetes. The patriarch trained all of his sons. There is Gary Antoine Russell's older brother, Gary Russell Jr., longtime featherweight champion. But Gary Russell's dad said there are 3 types of fighters: those who choose boxing, those in which the sport chooses them, and those who like boxing. Russell says, I'm all 3, but I love it. Someone else who also loves boxing is the current champ, Jose Rayo Valenzuela. First appearance in New York, and he enters the arena as a 140-pound belt holder after recording the upset against Isak Cruz. He has switched locations from the Seattle area to Riverside, California.
And that little thing they
from
keep
Jose
everything warm.
Benavidez Jr. to working at Robert Garcia's gym. Robert Garcia, the reigning trainer of the year, will be a part of the corner.
Great time.
And for Valenzuela, he wants to solidify his status as an elite champion. Alberto Puello hung on to his title via split decision.
How many people how many fights have you seen with a champ won the fight?
For Valenzuela, what is the biggest key to holding on to the belt tonight, Brian?
Figuring out who he is. We knew him as a power puncher on the way up. He became the boxer from the outside, using his length against Pitbull Cruz. Against Russell, and Valenzuela said it himself, I have no margin for error, knowing the power that is across from him. This needs to be a smart, near-perfect performance here for Valenzuela.
All right, we are set for the official introductions. Here once again is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, from Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York, Premier Boxing Champions presents the co-main event of the evening, brought to you by GTD Promotions and TGB Promotions, and sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. This bout is sanctioned by the WBA, the president in attendance, Gilberto Jesus Mendoza. Introducing our 3 judges scoring from ringside, we have from New York, Max DeLuca. Also from New York, Tom Schreck. And from Quebec, Canada, Benoit Roussel. Introducing our 3rd man to the ring, he will be giving instructions after the introductions, Harvey Duck. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled in the co-main event of the evening for the WBA Super Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first, on my left, he is tonight's challenger. Fighting out of the red corner, wearing gold trunks with white trim, representing Washington, D.C. and the preeminent boxing family from Capitol Heights, Maryland. He weighed in at 138.2 pounds with a record of 17 wins, 1 defeat, with all 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hard-hitting, world-ranked super lightweight contender, introducing Gary Antoine Russell. And his opponent across the ring is the defending champion. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks with red and green trim. He is fighting out of Seattle, Washington by way of Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico. He weighed in at 138.8 pounds with a record of 14 wins and 2 losses. He has 9 wins.
No, not dog food.
Tonight he is making the first defense of his title. Please welcome the newly crowned all-action defending WBA Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Jose
A lot of shades to make each other out of dog food.
Valenzuela.
They use that phrase way too much for it not to be real.
Once again, a referee in charge is Harvey Dock. Now to give instructions.
Okay, boxers, you received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Touch him up. Good luck.
Harvey Dock is the referee. Again, Valenzuela's first fight in New York City.
Why would it be a quick fight? No, it's gonna be a long, drawn-out one. Then he falls even further.
Dude is 14-2 with 9 knockouts. Dude is 17-1.
Let's watch the early start from Russell. He said he learned so much from that loss. He has a chip on his shoulder. He said, I've got to dismantle Valenzuela in every way possible.
Valenzuela, native of Los Mochis, Mexico, now based in California. And of course, when you think Mexico, you think 140 pounds, you think of the one and only Julio Cesar Chavez. For many, the best 140-pounder in history. So many big wins in that division, including against, well, the biggest audience ever to see boxing, over 132,000 when he beat Greg Haugen. I want to wish our condolences and sympathies to the family of Greg Haugen, who lost his battle with cancer last weekend.
True warrior.
There's the pressure right away from Russell.
Real boy.
We're not getting in too close. He's being cautious as well because he knows that Valenzuela is a great counterpuncher.
There's a great jab from Russell early on, and speed already on display, and he's putting the pressure on early.
This ain't going out there, y'all.
Already seeing it early. It's tense.
I'll be fucking clapping.
First round KOs for Russell. Last one against Camp Cruz in August of 2023. 14 of his 17 KOs have come in the first 4 rounds. He's never been knocked down in his career. Minute and a half already gone here in the first. And Russell throwing punches in bunches. He's already thrown 35 punches compared to just 17 for Valenzuela.
Right.
Yeah, and that's how you disrupt a rhythm, by doing that puncher, volume punching, being in front of Valenzuela. Valenzuela's not getting comfortable right now.
Valenzuela bringing that versatility to the ring. We saw against Cruz that he can box at range. He can also mix it up on the inside. A minute left now. The jab is so effective for Russell.
Really like this pressure from Russell, bringing the fight to the boxer, trying to pull out maybe the ball or the puncher in Valenzuela.
And he tried it there, Valenzuela. He tried a sneaky uppercut that landed, but
He played an uppercut for a left hook.
Body shot by Valenzuela, then goes upstairs. Russell goes to the body, then misses with the right hook. As Brian mentioned before our last fight, the 140-pound championship fights, all southpaws here tonight. Another lefty versus lefty matchup.
Valenzuela told us he lost the fight against the southpaw against Edwin De Los Santos. May have lost the fight to Chris Colbert, who switched stances a lot, but he said, I was a different fighter then. I'm much more patient, I'm much more mature.
And don't call it a comeback, but wow, talk about redemption. Destroyed by Edwin De Los Santos. Controversially beaten by Chris Colbert, and then emphatically stops Colbert in the rematch, and then goes on to become a champion. Great opening round for Russell. 73 punches thrown. Landed 15 compared to 10 of 35 for Valenzuela.
Yawn. Yawn. Fall asleep is what.
Really intelligent.
Dude, he threw like 50 or 60 punches.
They were all lullaby punches because everybody's getting ready to be sleeping in a minute.
A little step back and you're going to find it. How do you feel? No, he's good.
Oh, okay. I can definitely come around with that. Oh,
Legs. Move the legs. Come on, Friday. Hands up. Bend your knees.
Well, maybe none of us could have seen the John Cena heel turn in Toronto tonight at the
Elimination
73
punches.
Brian Campbell. All of us are seeing this great title match here between Valenzuela and Russell. And Russell off to a scintillating start, my friend.
They said it would never happen.
Yeah, Russell started exactly how he said he was. Fast, strong, pushing Valenzuela back, and not letting Valenzuela get comfortable.
Your reaction, BC, priceless, by the way. Round two, and well, the reaction of Russell here after the first loss, you got to be pleased with his start, Abner.
Yes, really pleased. Again, Valenzuela's not letting that jab go. He's not getting them rhythm.
Well, you want to talk about motivation. Russell told us first and foremost, this is a title fight I have plenty to be motivated for. But he took umbrage when Valenzuela said to the media this week that Russell was, quote, nothing special. Russell said,
see, every time he was up, he always just position to come back with something. That's then they hit the squat right. I'm telling you.
Right hook to the body and then upstairs by Russell. Expertly executed.
Look.
And it's all Gary Antoine Russell here in the early stages of this fight.
No reaction from Valenzuela. No counter punching. He's thinking too much. He's overthinking.
Yeah.
getting outworked.
Meanwhile, Russell going to the body, but mixing it up upstairs,
I don't want to pick number 18. Yeah, well, all that nigga thinking right now.
But Russell staying on top of him. Corrals him in the corner, has him on the ropes. Great punching, placement, variety. It's all on his body here for Gary Antoine Russell.
Yeah, Valenzuela definitely never seen this style of aggression. We know that he fought Pitbull Cruz in his last fight, but
different style.
Different style, smaller, right-handed.
And that jab just, it's out there. Oh, and then leads with the right hook, left-hand combination by Russell.
Well, one key note is Valenzuela led the dance against Pitbull. He dictated the turns, he controlled the distance. Russell not giving him that opportunity this fight.
Just an irritant jab. I mean, just really annoying as autocorrect there, Abner. Just continues to bother Valenzuela with the jab. And Valenzuela unable to get on track. Just already. Gary Antoine Russell through 2 rounds has thrown a combined 143 punches.
What you mean? What you doing? That was body shots, dude. That was body shots. He hit him with body shots. He's talking about, oh, man.
But again,
get the fuck out of here.
It's accurate, but throwing a lot of punches. Let's listen in.
Taking off a little bit of this side. Taking off too fucking much.
He dropped down.
Left hand out the holster.
He's like, what the fuck is that, dog? You better drop your grill for it. Keep over there.
You understand?
Give me a knuckle sandwich.
You gotta keep your pose up. At all times. You hear me? James, it's all good. Hey, throw that in there. James, just give me the water, James. Give me the water.
And we're going to see a replay from the first round. The jab from Gary Antoine Russell, disrupting the rhythm, keeping him busy. Yeah, it's not landing, but he's keeping Valenzuela entertained and uncomfortable.
No, I don't need that.
Hey guys, that's the end swell, by the way, in Russell's corner that Mike Tyson should have had on that fateful night in February in Japan against Buster Douglas.
Right.
Rubber glove was good enough.
Round number 3.
Shout out to Aaron Snowell, the trainer that night.
Although I don't think he'd appreciate the shout out. As Russell, you have to appreciate his work with the jab. Foundation being laid. Russell just continues to pour on the pressure. Has Valenzuela on the ropes again early in round 3.
Well, through 2 rounds, Russell has thrown more than twice the amount of punches as Valenzuela. That has been the story of this fight.
And I like what Gary Russell, his brother, in his corner told him. Work the body. When you get in close, work the body.
There's a few expletives.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I try? I like to swear now. I was going to say, do you want me to? The body work is definitely on display, but also total punches landed. It's all for Gary Antoine Russell and has kept Valenzuela on the back foot, Abner.
Yeah, really on the back foot. Right now, Valenzuela trying to push him back, trying to get comfortable in the center of the ring.
Because he was
Again, Valenzuela not letting his punches go, overthinking too much.
But the speed advantage for Russell on
It's
display
good,
right
bro.
now.
It's the speed, it's the power, it's the pressure, the angles. A very impressive start. The question becomes, can Valenzuela land the type of punches of consequence that will get off of him?
No, this is where the yawn comes in.
Lead left uppercut, though. The punches keep coming from Russell. I mean, it's incredible. He has thrown 191 total punches compared to just 80.
He 191 punches in 3 rounds.
Well, we've seen him be able to do it because of the power and the conditioning, the smarts. This guy is built for this kind of fight.
There were some body shots landed from Valenzuela a little while ago. And they landed really good. They hurt Russell. Oh, there's the uppercut.
There's the body work from Russell. Continues to be the factor. And another body shot.
Combo in the
Keeping
body
Valenzuela frozen.
Yeah, leading with the body shot, coming right
Oh,
back with the
look,
right
that hurt
hook
him.
was Russell there.
He hurt.
45 seconds left.
What did he do?
Get him in his ribs.
Russell bouncing back thus far in impressive fashion after that split decision setback. His first loss against Alberto Puello when they were fighting for a 140-pound title, but
He hit him one more time in the motherfucking rib. I'm telling you, it's over.
here tonight.
You get one body shot in the rib. Dude goes drop to a knee. Look, there you go right there. It's wide open.
With that left hand, has Russell in the corner. Can he continue? But it's Russell, guys, who's being the aggressor.
Yes. And he's timing those uppercuts beautifully against Valenzuela.
Explosive speed of Russell.
Yeah, even though Raya trying to put pressure, he's getting hit coming in.
There's the jab from Valenzuela. And all Russell in terms of offense.
Okay, Raya, breathe.
Breathe.
Catch some air.
How
do you feel?
Breathe.
You're catching him a lot more. Don't let him get big. Don't let him get comfortable.
Take that and string around. Yeah, and go around.
And these are the body shots that I was talking about that Valenzuela landed in the last round in the inside. There was Gary Antoine Russell landing his own. But here it is, the straight right to the body and the overhand left. And there's another body shot from Valenzuela. Good shots there, but the last round, Gary Antoine Russell got the best of it.
Through 3 rounds, Russell's averaging 80 punches thrown per round. Valenzuela just 33.
One of the criticisms of Valenzuela about Russell's game was he said, look, he's consistent, but I think he's too consistent with the same patterns. We've seen variety from Russell to start this fight.
Overwhelming Valenzuela at times. There's a 1-2. And Valenzuela trying just to defend, unable to turn it into offense.
I think Valenzuela, the camp, and everyone knew that this fight was going to be really difficult because Russell would not let him get comfortable. He was going to press, push him, not let him box, and there it is.
Yeah, so far this is proving to be as comfortable as a root canal without Novocaine for Mr. Valenzuela.
A little bit of blood on the bottom lip of Gary Antoine Russell.
Swinging with that right hook. There's the stab jab to the body by Valenzuela. Countered again upstairs by Russell.
How about that right check hook right there?
Beautiful.
In the liver, in the liver.
Put your hand, why you got your hands down? Put your hands up. Keep going.
Abner, Valenzuela has the power to turn the momentum in his favor here, but he just can't land cleanly with these big shots.
Yeah, he's got to land something clean, something hard to get Russell's attention and push him back, but nothing yet so far. It's all been Russell.
Abner, you mentioned it earlier, Valenzuela is landing some sneaky body shots. Perhaps they will maybe start to take their toll, but they have to be a lot more consistent.
Yes, frequent, consistent.
Yeah.
But he is landing some body work with Valenzuela. Again, he's got to let those hands go. He's letting Russell dictate the pace.
Russell leads with a right hook to the body, lands cleanly. Valenzuela puts together a combination.
Good defense there from Valenzuela.
Yeah, but he's not making him pay. You make him miss, you make him pay.
It's the Abner Morris way. Along with a great haircut, right?
Yeah, that is for sure. And I like Russell's aggression. It's a smart aggression. He's not just going in there and throwing punches.
Oh, and it's, yeah, you're right. It's a different kind of pressure.
It is.
But now Valenzuela on the front foot, he back again. You never know. Is he backing Russell up, or is Russell trying to lure him into a trap? But Valenzuela putting on some pressure. And now this is the area of concern, though. Interesting to get involved in an exchange with Gary Russell Jr. You wonder how that will play out.
Gary Antoine Russell.
Gary Antoine Russell, thank you. With Gary Russell Jr., man, he had Meldrick Taylor type hand speed at 100. Of course, Meldrick Taylor, big name at 140. But yeah, Gary, I guess I should just say Gary, and I got the Russells covered. And speaking of having things covered, well, the hands are getting covered for Gervonta Tank Davis as he's gloving up, ready to go back to work for the 4th time here in Brooklyn against Lamont Roach Jr. as his tools of the trade are being placed on his hands, and they are getting set to throw down in tonight's main event. Roach, 130-pound titleist, moving up in weight, looking to become a simultaneous 2-division champion. Crowd continues to fill up here at Barclays Center, expecting in excess of 18,000 people. And Gervonta Tank Davis, who already had the biggest combat sports gate here in Brooklyn, he's doing it again tonight, beating his record, the #2 gate behind a Rolling Stones.
I think Mick and Keith should be a little proud.
Whoa.
Gervonta's coming.
Yawn.
And yes, they are getting ready to do battle as Russell and Valenzuela continue to battle here now. Round number 5.
Yeah, it's time to make adjustments if you're Valenzuela. You got to counter. You got to give Russell something to think about. And Russell, I mean, you just got to keep doing what you're doing, which is the pressure.
The consistency.
The consistency for sure. And every round.
His fight low 72, his fight high 80 thrown, so he's definitely consistent with the output. Wants to increase his accuracy a little more, but continues to cause problems for the defending belt holder Valenzuela.
Well, Russell's varying his intentions here. He's putting on pressure, then you see him backing up, looking to counter, sort of trying to bait Valenzuela to take the lead. It's a real complete performance.
Oh, there's good sequence for Valenzuela. Sure, perfect.
He's stunned. Come on, he back it up.
That's one thing we talked about Valenzuela. He tends to, put his head up too high, and there it is again.
Yeah, it's over.
He's got to take that
Come on, what you? Don't let him grab you. We got killed now, goddamn it.
But that check right hook of Gary Antoine Russell has been effective as well tonight. 1.5 minutes left here in the 5th. Jab on display from Russell Owen. Valenzuela taking some chances there, loading up. But he telegraphed that shot.
Although he telegraphed it, that left cross is going to have to become a weapon for Valenzuela if he's going to turn his fortune around.
Yeah, Valenzuela is always going to be dangerous. He's got the power, the sneaky uppercut. But again, it's letting those hands go.
9 of 14 wins coming inside the distance. Well documented that Gary Antoine Russell, all of his wins have come via knockout, looking for his 18th here, less than a minute left in the 5th, and continues to attack Valenzuela on the ropes. Good defense from Valenzuela, but he's still getting hit.
Well, it's also the pressure from Russell.
Right, uppercut lands for Russell.
When Russell go back in
Russell right at the distance, right where he needs to be.
I really hope they go over there so we can hear it. It's going to be priceless.
And now the jab of Valenzuela, but gets countered with that shocking right hook from Russell. 20 seconds left in the 5th. That uppercut left from Valenzuela. Valenzuela becoming more active, Brian.
That uppercut to the body, especially because he can throw it from middle distance, could become an interesting punch for Valenzuela.
While Russell continues to throw more, but Valenzuela having
That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get him to throw more punches so he can take it up.
Hey, Vito.
Hey, Vito, what's cracking, fam?
Listen to what I'm saying. And we're going to see right here early
What's
success
the word?
from Gary Antoine Russell. What we've been talking about.
You got a fight tonight, bro.
The consistency, the body work, the uppercut. I mean, just everything from Gary Antoine Russell. Not taking a step back, always being right in front of Rayo Valenzuela. The left, making Rayo miss as well.
You understand? This your time. One more round of smooth shit, and I want you to start walking smooth and start chopping downstairs. You understand? You hear me?
One more round of smooth, and we'll start chopping down the stage.
Gary Antoine Russell loves to go to the bodies, landed 34 body blows compared to 24 for Valenzuela, and Valenzuela with that long, lean frame, a prime target for the busting brawler who knows how to grind opponents into submission, and Russell looking to do just that here tonight in hoping to become, like his older brother, a champion.
It's amazing to see Russell. Just this offense is so well, so much volume that he does not let Valenzuela get off at all.
And the hand speed advantage for Russell has been striking.
A trait in the Russell family, that hand speed.
I mean, no question, his older brother Gary Jr. is off the charts, but
still, look at that. He's saying, wait a minute, you were saying my hand speed's pretty well off the charts here too, but yeah, it's just a tremendous family and great ambassadors of the sport. His father he left behind a great legacy.
And they honor that legacy
every single day. And in the gym, they try to instill discipline and self-esteem in their amateur boxers through programs funded by the local PAL, provide them with something constructive to do after school. And as we mentioned, I mean, Gary Antoine Russell, a high school valedictorian.
Class of 2015 at Croon Vocational High School. Using that IQ to his advantage along with his physical traits here.
Along the ropes, very comfortable. Leading the charge as a counter left uppercut on the inside by Valenzuela.
But not enough, just one shot.
One shot. The jab, double jab from Russell.
Well, Russell's another fighter who you can focus too much on the knockout streak he had and forget 2016 U.S. Olympian, defeated the likes in the amateurs of Richardson Hitchens, Boots Ennis, Jermaine Ortiz, Abraham Nova. This is an accomplished, complete boxer.
But then Russell over the top with a left hand.
See Valenzuela shake his head after that punch landed.
Robbed by De Los Santos, but here Valenzuela tasting the power in the final minute of Gary Antoine Russell.
And that left hand made Russell's nose bleed, I believe. That was a clean shot, but I like how he came back with his own. He said, nope, here comes mine.
I think a positive for Valenzuela here is he doesn't look overwhelmed. He doesn't look overly frustrated. He's still trying to pick his spots and find an opening here.
Yes, but he is frozen. Again, you know, I've known him, and I know he could let his hands go a lot more. He's explosive. But again, Russell just doing a perfection of pressure.
Boy, you feel missing today.
Valenzuela avoids the counter from Russell. We are at the midway point of this 140-pound division title fight.
You got to do more, Ryan. You got one shot in, and then you let him go. Breathe in, breathe in. Come on, you can do it.
Easy. Because of the press conference, he found that confidence.
Round 6, Rayo. Come on, Rayo, wake up. Combinations. Success by Gary Antoine Russell.
Oh, sir.
Yes, you need to get this.
All right, I'm gonna be right next to this.
Gary Antoine Russell coming back with the 3-piece.
Could you tell him to knock
He made him miss, he made him pay.
How about him?
Somebody tell him. He didn't get the memo yet.
And by the way,
Early
round
in
7,
the
not round 6, Mr. Quarterman for Valenzuela, but I get it. I get it. It's round 7. And the second half of this championship fight begins. And Valenzuela trying to fight on the ropes. Nice double jab by Valenzuela. Valenzuela much more aggressive. But again, be careful.
Be careful what you ask for, but it is time. He's going to be running time soon if he doesn't start sitting down on some shots.
And the midway of our championship fight, unofficial score, Larry Hazard has Russell pitching a shutout.
Yeah, no, and he's right. I mean, we have not seen anything from Valenzuela. Russell, it's been Russell all night, all fight.
Yeah, Russell almost.
Thank you for sharing these candies, because this is actually great. I haven't had one of these in a long time. Good ass talk.
Nice body work there by Valenzuela, able to evacuate the ropes, but again, unable to keep Russell at bay. The pressure continues.
There's no jab from Valenzuela. Yeah, there's no jab whatsoever. He's just being too cautious. Well, not cautious. He's being too defensive. He's trying not to get hit, but again, it's too much volume from Russell. He's never seen this.
Well, it's the volume, it's the physical pressure, and that can lead to mental pressure when someone is on you and you cannot get them off.
He threw 150 more punches than dude. Hey, look. This is a big
counter left by Russell. Body shot by Russell. Right hook by Russell.
Is that him going fuck?
Yeah.
Russell doing a great job of not letting any single shots from Valenzuela stand the test. What I mean by that is he always answers back in a big
immediately and leads.
Yeah, he's always alert.
Final 60 seconds of the 7th. It continues to be the Gary Antoine Russell show here in Brooklyn. Looking to bounce back from his first loss. Lands a left hand to the face of Valenzuela. Valenzuela in pure defensive mode here along the ropes. Now trying to fight Russell off. But it's just constant pressure, constant volume from Gary Antoine Russell. Chopping left hand. Right hand to the
Oh. Somebody wobbling, somebody wobbling. Somebody wobbling, somebody wobbling.
In the final seconds of round 7.
This is becoming one heck of a coming-out party.
But here comes Valenzuela valiantly trying to keep Russell up, but there's no pep to those punches.
He said no pep to
Stay on the ropes and what Valenzuela's doing. If you got to come back with something. And he kind of showed it towards the end.
He is turning beat red. Oh, he's just getting beat.
Hold on, I got it. Listen, you don't have to force it. You don't have to force this shit, bro. You can keep chopping just like that. You gotta start touching downstairs. You gotta touch downstairs some more. He cannot fuck with you on the outside. When you in the inside, you gotta fire from your shit. Do you understand?
That's beautiful.
Ooh.
It's like we in the gym. I know. It's white. Hey, control it just like that. Wipe his chest, wipe his chest, not too strong. Hey, not too strong. Keep it smooth.
That's all
He
one
can't
of
fuck
those
with you
mask.
right there. You feel me?
Tyson had one of those where he fought Buck Thunder. He was like,
As this championship story continues to unfold, Gary Antoine Russell landed a fight-high 24 punches in the 7th. And Russell has now landed 132 total punches. That's more than any previous Valenzuela opponent, breaking Chris Colbert's mark of 124 punches landed in their first meeting.
Impressive performance. Now the question becomes, can he finish the job? He did expend a lot of energy in getting here. We do know the shape that the Russell boys are in.
But I like what Gary Russell, his brother, told him, don't force it. And he shouldn't, because once you force something, you put yourself out to get it.
Lay him down.
From Valenzuela. There's the jab from Valenzuela, but again, now turning. He's on the ropes, wants to reset in the center. Feinting, trying to get Russell to bite, open up a counter opportunity.
Yeah, you don't want to make mistakes if you're Russell. Stay smart like you are.
But that's just it, right? We are seeing every facet of the fight game on display from even here now. Gary Antoine Russell slowing things down, establishing the jab, getting Valenzuela to maybe feel like he can do something, then boom, straight.
I mean, that's what championship fighters do, even though he has yet to climb that mountain, to lose a title fight by split decision, to feel, to not make excuses, to feel like he left a little bit on the table.
Yeah, he said, I let that fight against Puello slip between the shoulders because I let things get in the way of the game plan. I deviated a little bit.
He's a runner.
I feel like he still didn't win the fight. But he says once he gets the title tonight, he looks forward to a rematch with Puello. Well, Puello upheld his end.
Well, that could be a unification fight.
Decision win over Sandor Martin. But you're right, it could be. Just over a minute left here in the 8th. Nice body shot by Russell. Doesn't waste any opportunity at him.
Whatsoever. I mean, just brilliance right now from Russell. I'm loving every single round. This is round 8, and I like what I'm seeing. The changes he's made. Control with the jab, upstairs, downstairs, the accuracy with the left.
Yeah, and it's always about making those subtle adjustments, always about adapting. And for Valenzuela, Brian, hard to do here tonight, but anything, I mean, what is a potential adjustment that he needs to make as this fight continues?
It's hard to say. Every time he lands a big shot, he gets instantly countered. He's had some success to the body, which we thought could be an avenue for him. It's just that Russell is always there with an answer.
He's getting hit in the head. That's one of the things.
I mean, there's a time to get behind the jab and start boxing him.
Oh, wow. A couple of left hands. Through another
For
Russell on Valenzuela. So even if he wanted to try to box, he's not being allowed to do so.
Ooh.
An incredible display of offense from Gary Antoine Russell. 26
Now you coming in.
round 8 compared to 12 of 34 for the defending belt holder as this sold-out crowd here at Barclays Center continues to fill up and get ready for the main event.
Keep your fucking hands up. He can't handle your speed with your stick.
Wait, this ain't the main event?
Whenever you shoot your
What the hell?
your left hand, you gotta touch
You in another league.
or bring your fucking hook behind it. He's a
Is this an extended show?
all day. You fucking hit me? Put your stick on it. He's too fucking slow on the outside. Feint, stick. When you get in the inside, you gotta eat and fire from your shit. Keep this fucking jab hand up. Do you understand? Here, take this.
If Gary Antoine Russell delivered his punches like his older brothers delivering F-bombs, this fight would already be over.
Oh, yeah. This is another left that landed by Gary Antoine Russell. Cleanly. There's many more throughout the whole fight that have landed like that. Great chin by Valenzuela he's showing.
Incredible chin, but this could be a shutout at this point on the scorecard, so there's still time left for Valenzuela, but he's going to have to get dramatic quick.
like this, you know, for the devil. Look at this, from the first to the 12th round.
Larry Hazard has Gary Antoine Russell winning every single round. According to him, Valenzuela's going to have to record his 10th knockout at this stage in order to retain the title. Meanwhile, it's Gary Antoine Russell looking for his 18th knockout. He's more than doubled the output and more than doubled the connect side. He's double trouble here tonight for Jose Valenzuela.
You're going to have to try and do something with your Valenzuela. And when I say that, you got to let your ass go. I mean, I know he's probably concerned that he's going to get hit, you know, with counters.
I think that's what's
nice counter left uppercut on the inside by Valenzuela.
But I think that's what's taken away Valenzuela's jab, the speed of Russell's counter hooks.
But it's not even the jab that I'm looking for. I'm looking for punches in general. I mean, throw anything.
The counters are there for Russell, too. Everything is there for Russell. Nice counter right by Russell. Another right hand lands for the challenger. And now the mouse below the left eye of Valenzuela. So these punches beginning to exact their toll. A minute and a half left in the ninth. Valenzuela along the ropes. And and it is definitely trouble.
Well, that just illustrated the issue for Valenzuela. He did land a left hand in that sequence. They landed punches at the same time, but Russell not only landed the better of the two shots, he followed it up with clean counters.
All dude gotta do is hit him in his motherfucker. Every time they high, he hit him in his ribs, he flipped.
Beautiful skills.
Hey, bro.
Punches, variety of punches, combinations.
I don't know, I'm thinking like, you know,
Now he's thinking his boxing. Beautiful display of boxing.
he studied it.
It really is, yeah. And not taking anything away from Valenzuela, but countered sharp.
He hit him in the dick.
He's there.
That's why he going at him like that, because he hit him in the dick.
Walking down Valenzuela, going to the body.
Valenzuela cannot keep taking this clean left.
Hands by Russell. Russell looking to score his 18th knockout. Looking to become champion here in the 9th. Valenzuela trying to hold his ground on the back foot. Pressure creates diamonds. Well, Russell's shining bright like a diamond right now, and you wonder when the pipes for Valenzuela are going to burst because the pressure is proving to be insurmountable here for Valenzuela. Getting tagged with another lead right hook. Oh, Gary Antoine Russell. Outlanding Valenzuela 25-6 in that round. Let's listen to him.
He can't fuck with you right there, Sean.
That's terrible, Boogers McGee.
Look at me. Whenever you
I'm sorry if that happened to you. That sounds like a very bad thing.
You hurting him every time. Oh yeah, he ready to quit. He need a check.
Where you at, Cam?
It's your motherfucking time. It's time to take your throne, Sean.
And just when Valenzuela was getting a momentum going, a rhythm, here it is, the uppercut landed by him.
Good shot.
I thought, that was going to be a changer, but no. The left hand.
And yet another dispiriting round for the champion.
Gary Antoine Russell coming down his own. I mean, he's got an answer for everything that Valenzuela's done.
That last round, the worst round of the fight for Valenzuela. 29 punches thrown, only 6 landed compared to 25 of 86 for Russell. And now using that jab as a paintbrush and looking to continue to paint this masterpiece of his skills in his 2nd championship opportunity.
Well, he's starting to paint some big-time swelling below both of the eyes of Valenzuela as he hit one after another of those clean crosses last round. Great chin by Valenzuela. You can't take that kind of punishment against this type of opponent.
Really?
17 wins, 17 knockouts. I mean, the power is there. And
look at the power punches landed in round 9, guys. Just incredible.
That's 5 times as many. How about public school math right there?
Talk about timing, precision, clean, effective punch.
Every department. The counters, the jabs, the speed, the combinations, the body work.
Yeah. Anyone watching at home right now, they're, wow, that's boxing.
He's leaving Valenzuela discombobulated. How many syllables?
You know it's bad when a motherfucker commentator talking like that.
Jab.
Well, you got to feel for Valenzuela. He again landed a big left-handed counter earlier, but 4 straight jabs.
Exactly, at every punch, it's met by a flurry from Russell. That hook attempt by Valenzuela, turning away from the ropes.
And I almost feel like Valenzuela's not trying to hit him because he's going to get Russell angry, and he doesn't want to get hit.
And Russell
only landing 1 shot.
Russell wants to turn that mouse under Valenzuela's eyes into a New York sewer rat.
Damn. Okay.
I feel like that's a little uncalled for. Like that was just, sir. Somebody trying to take his mic off. Like,
hey, you see that? You said that before.
Gary Jr. As he fights in the corner, not getting too reckless, not getting too aggressive, being smart, and following up those left hands with body shots.
Yeah, brilliance from the corner.
And how
the instructions are just.
Was he as a champion? He just didn't fight a left, but
closest
Oh, back up now, nigga. Just finish this motherfucking mission, nigga. Now he bagging up trying to get him now. Don't give him no hope. No hope.
Turn him red.
15 seconds now remaining, continues to mark up the face of the defending belt holder, Jose Valenzuela. He's known as Rayo, but the lightning strikes have come from Russell.
You know what?
So, as
Bet
this fight
it's gonna be on the real.
championship rounds, we're getting set for the championship main event. You talk about hand speed, you talk about execution, you talk about skills, you talk about Gervonta Tank Davis, the defending champion, lightweight, 30-0, 28 knockouts, always looking to close the show. Well, Lamont Roach Jr. would love to steal the show here tonight and become a simultaneous two-division champion. It'll be Gervonta Tank Davis, Lamont Roach Jr. Main event from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, still to come.
Brown.
Yes, in excess of 18,000 in attendance here this Saturday.
And his mama there too.
History opened in 2012. Danny Garcia, Eric Morales in the first main event. And of course, Danny Garcia in attendance here tonight, always supporting the cause of promoter in his own right now as well.
One of his younger fighters on the undercard earlier.
All right, championship rounds begin. And Valenzuela has to dig down deep in order to hold on to his belt here tonight.
The ringside doctor took a look at Valenzuela for the second consecutive round. For this one.
I totally
almost feel like that if Valenzuela tries to open up and throw more, he's just
the
going
counter.
to get hit. Yeah,
Yep.
he's just going to get hit.
The fight is being beaten out of him by Gary Antoine Russell. Nice counter there by Valenzuela, but just not enough. And Russell just continues to come forward, guys. Just has desire to stop this momentum. I mean, the amount of Gary Russell has thrown over 800 punches, landing 212.
I mean, too early to call this a virtuoso performance.
This is, well, it has to end, but you're right, it is virtuoso. And we saw the potential following his career. Yeah, we saw those early knockouts, the power, but just the maturity,
the power,
and the IQ. I mean, every wrinkle you want in a professional prize fighter.
Well, the three fights leading into that close loss to Puello, he became the first man to knock out Victor Postal, former champion, Rancis Barthelemy, and Kent Cruz.
Yes. Now, to be fair, those two stoppages against Postal and Barthelemy were bad stoppages, but he was well on his way to beating two big names.
A necessary asterisk.
Yes.
Oh, he hurt.
But you're right.
He hurt.
And he is beginning to really show his virtuoso offense here. Plus left in the 11th. Russell wants to finish it, wants to secure the knockout. And he wants to crown Valenzuela in order to be crowned champion here tonight.
No way, baby. Shit.
Yeah, he needs to hold, do something. He's
Stand
too
up.
much in this round, Valenzuela.
That's a recording. 45 seconds left in the 11th. But you have to maintain laser focus every single second. And the great thing about combat sports, about boxing, one punch can change it all. Oh, and he was trying there with that left hand.
Can't hit a 12-run home run in baseball, right?
No. I like the Yogi Berra reference, though, by Mr. Abner Morris here in New York. Probably didn't realize you did that, brother. 15 seconds left here in this round, and maybe just over 3 minutes left in the title reign of Jose Valenzuela.
Yeah. What is he making all that noise? Why is he making all that damn noise? I'm not impressed. I'm not.
That's how he talk.
So loudly. He's a terrible DJ.
That's just like a tennis player. Y'all ever?
He's a, yeah.
He's gonna come out with this.
He's a.
Why? You don't need this.
I
don't know, it just seems weirder in boxing.
He's gonna come out and he's gonna go out for the kill.
That's the kind of shit the old
Look, they try to get him. They try to get him to quit because they say, "Oh, you trying to go for the kill now."
Keep it fucking smooth, keep it sharp. We got 3 minutes, bro. You the new motherfucking WBA world champion. Our DNA a bad motherfucker. I ain't
Hard to believe that this is the same Gary Antoine Russell that lost via split decision to Alberto Puello in his last fight. Guys, in round 11, Gary Antoine Russell threw 98 punches, landing 28. The referee, the doctor looking again at Valenzuela.
They're trying to say, no, they're trying to get the fight. They're trying to, they gonna end it.
No. Look like you. They need to have another one.
Well, 28 of 98
put in
for Russell compared to just 14 of 39 for Valenzuela. 12th and final round is here.
Okay, go ahead.
His corner try to get him to quit.
Work on that eye that they was talking about. Bow! Popeye.
As a champion.
He was so
Gary Russell.
Motherfucking the rep. I'm telling the commentator, he like,
It's a complete domination here by Gary Antoine Russell, and all that's missing is his 18th knockout.
He is making a statement to the other title holders in this division.
They being Teofimo Lopez, Richardson Hitchens, and Alberto Puello. You know he would love to avenge that loss, and hey, making it a unification fight makes it that much sweeter.
I should probably ask him about that if this thing stays the way it's going.
That would be smart.
Yeah, Russell definitely making a lot more fans tonight because he showcased too much. I mean, he's known by relentless pressure, aggression, but no, today was just smart boxing. And yes, aggression.
Everything.
It was everything. Everything.
Where's the kitchen sink? Uppercut on the inside by Valenzuela. Just unable to get anything going due to the volume, the pressure, the craft of Gary Antoine Russell.
He's getting beat up on TV. Am I too loud? I feel like I'm too loud.
28 in his physical prime.
Yeah, loud shit.
How do you erase the bitter defeat of your first loss? You win a title in your next fight. He's well on his way to doing just that. The mouse under the left eye, and thankfully it is under the left eye of Valenzuela, but both eyes swollen.
Look at this output from Russell here, trying to finish with an exclamation point.
Yes, in the championship round. A minute left.
Oh, come on.
Valenzuela continues to eat leather, but trying valiantly to at least end the fight on his feet.
Ooh. Yeah, that caught him.
Somebody lost their mouthpiece in that sequence.
Keep hitting him. Keep hitting him. What are you talking about?
One more.
Can he finish it?
I don't think the referee Harvey Docks can see it. He's standing on the mouthpiece right now.
Gary Antoine Russell started training at the age of 5, a 2016 U.S. Olympian, and now 10 seconds away from being crowned a champion at 140 pounds. Yeah, you can call that a virtuoso performance by Mr. Russell, Mr. Campbell.
Hey, Gary Antoine Russell should fight with a chip on his shoulder more often. Let me tell you that. This might
I guess. Fight with a chip on your shoulder. But you fight and don't get your grades redone. That'll make you mad.
Russell 43 punches away from 1,000 in this fight, landing 252 compared to just 127 for Valenzuela. And we talked about how we closed the show, you guys. Round 11, 28 of 98. Round 12, 20 of 78 for Russell.
Yeah, I think he was trying to finish him. He was trying to go for that 18 knockout.
All right, Abner, it was all Gary Antoine Russell.
Yeah, the Gary Antoine Russell all night. We saw a
the uppercut
of everything. The uppercut, the overhand,
the combo.
Right, left, uppercut again. Combinations, left from a distance.
You like how he threw that decoy right hand to land the left?
Mm-hmm. I mean, just brilliance. He boxed from the outside, landed at will.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, just
he was dead right there. He was dead right there.
He kept dying.
He was dead right there.
All over the place.
Right there.
He kept resurrecting Sunday and shit. It's Easter. It's Easter. Stay your ass dead, nigga. Okay, and then they give him the Iron Man mask at the top, so you can see where he's coming from. I don't know.
What jumps out at you here as we go to the totals, and I mean, again, look at the total amount of punches thrown for Gary Antoine Russell.
Wow, just a lot of the accuracy, the power, just everything.
This announcement should be academic.
Have you heard the phone over there ringing?
From Jimmy Lennon.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. Judges at ringside, Max DeLuca and Benoit Roussel.
Could that even be possible? It could be. We had so many upsets lately all over the world. This would not be.
All three in favor of the winner by unanimous decision. And the new WBA Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Gary Antoine.
Oh, some kids got dropped at the University of Chicago. Damn it.
Inducing moment as the announcement was made. Gary Russell looking to the heavens where his father is looking down, and he said, my father was adamant about preparing us to be successful, not only within our profession, but outside of it. If we do that, live up to his expectations, that'll be a heavy weight lifted up from all of us. Well, that weight has been lifted, and now he gets to lift up the belt. Let's go inside the ring with Brian Campbell.
Gary Antoine Russell, a near shutout coming off of your first defeat. You heard the three magic words, and the new. How do you feel right now?
I want to thank God. I want to give a big shout out to Al Heyman. I want to give a big shout out to PBC, TGB, my family. They've been rocking with me ever since I even knew I was going to have this dream. It was pushing me towards my goals I didn't even know I was going to achieve. This is just a small stepping stone. I'm coming for the rest of the belts. I love y'all for supporting us. Thank you for making this arena a grand arena. I love the electrifying vibe in here. We're going to keep turning up. I did it for DC. I did it for my family. Did it for the Capitol Heights. Y'all know we doing.
I figured round down began. Oh, my God.
Gary, this fight wasn't even close at all. How were you able to make it look this easy against a well-respected champion?
Listening and following instructions. That's something that's a thing in life and in my profession. That's just a rule of thumb. You got to follow instructions. And my brother always told me the difference between great and good is inches and centimeters and the ability to procreate, the ability to produce, because that's what it takes. Once again, I want to thank you, Charlie. You know who you are. I love you.
Gary, you told us this week you had a chip on your shoulder. You heard Valenzuela said you're nothing special. How much did that actually motivate you to put forth this perfect of a performance?
It motivated me a hell of a lot. You know, in this sport, you got to be dominant. You got to have a type of mentality, a bellicose mentality, and he brought it out of me. You know, I had the right dance partner in front of me, and I'm glad he gave me the opportunity. But I told him, keep that same energy because I'm bringing it in the ring.
We know that you're always carrying a heavy heart in tribute of your late father. What would your father be saying to you right now at this moment?
He's proud of me. And like I said before, this is a stepping stone. This is a marathon. In a marathon, you come across a table with some water, but that's just a pit stop so you can keep going to the next. I'm coming.
Congratulations, Gary, to you and your family on a breakthrough performance on this night.
Thank you.
Let's throw it back to ringside. Mauro Ranallo.
And in the words of the late great Nipsey Hussle, that marathon continues. Those are tears of joy for all members of the Russell family. And it's only fitting that Gary Antoine Russell saves his best performance for the championship winning performance. Career highs in punches landed 252 and punches thrown 957. Simply put, a brilliant performance for the newly minted 140-pound title holder. Another older brother, Gary, getting into the ring and celebrating. But Gary Antoine Russell is a champion, and the Russells will be celebrating all the way back to Capitol Heights, Maryland, where the capital city has a new champion. And speaking of champions, speaking of Capitol Heights, from the Capitol Heights to the bright lights, Lamont Roach Jr. He's looking to become a simultaneous two-division champion. Final preparations, warming up in the locker room for the biggest fight of his life. He takes on the biggest box office attraction in America, Gervonta Tank Davis, looking to go 4-0 here at Barclays Center with his championship career began at the tender age of 22. Now at 30, he's 30-0 with 28 KOs. Davis versus Roach is the main event. Brian Custer will be the next voice you hear after this word from DraftKings.
It's showtime, and there's no better way to win on boxing than with DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, you can get this knockout offer and take your shot at victory during the big bout. Feel the boxing action from the opening bell to the final blow with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app, enter the promo code, and get in on this great offer before the first punch.
Don't fucking tell me.
It's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
In the new 140-pound champion, Gary Antoine Russell, walking out with the strap around his waist. I'm sure his father is smiling, looking proud down at him from heaven. Fighting family, and this was a one-sided affair, Joe Goosen. The performance he put on was masterful.
Before I say anything else, I just want to say, Mr. Russell, you raised classy kids.
Is this the main event?
What a great family. That being said,
What in the hell?
I kind of said it at the top that Ryo trying to box and move away from Gary Russell is a mistake. It's too new to him to try to beat an accomplished southpaw like Gary Russell. What he should have actually done, to tell you the truth, was follow his instincts that he started out in boxing, which was a pressure fighter, an inside fighter, and they should have perfected that, and he may have had a better chance in this fight than moving backwards and just getting lambasted for 12 rounds.
You heard him say this is just the beginning. We're talking about Gary Antoine Russell at 140. Man, here could be some big fights ahead for that young man.
Well, we had some big fights tonight at 140, and we cleared the air. We eliminated two guys, Ryo and Martin. We left with Puello and Gary Antoine Russell.
How about that rematch?
Well, that's what I was kind of getting at. But yeah, that would be something else. And I can tell you, I think it would be a different story this time around if Russell goes head-to-head with Puello again.
Well, listen, we're just really moments away from our main event. Yeah. It is Baltimore against DC here on the world stage. Folks, over 19,000 have packed this place. Largest attendance for an event here at Barclays Center. Second highest grossing event ever in this place. As Gervonta Tank Davis tries to add his name, another name to his resume, but standing in his way, his old amateur rival, the Reaper, Lamont Roach, himself a champion at 130 pounds.
Oh boy.
You know, this will be Tank's fourth fight here at Barclays Center, or as he likes to say, his new adopted home, because New York has certainly adopted him as one of their own. Listen, Tank really just exploded onto the scene here. First became a world champion here 8 years ago, Joe, here at Barclays Center when he knocked out Jose Pedraza. He took his belt. A year later, he stopped Jesus Cuellar, devastating body shot. And then 3 years ago, you might remember, recorded before a record gate, knocked out Rolly Romero in the 6th round. The guy has serious missile hurt power.
Maybe it was really cool
right as well.
in Alaska.
Either hand for sure.
We flash back to 3 years ago, and this was the last time Tank was here at Barclays Center. Set that boxing gate record against Rolly Romero, who had some good early rounds, but then he timed him. Once he backed into that rope right there, nearly knocked Rolly through the ropes, and that was it. Talk to me about the timing and the precision of Tank Davis.
Just like Lil Santa Cruz went to the well one too many times, Rolly Romero went back to the same combination that landed once or twice, and he went there for a second or third dip at the well, and of course Tank timed it, saw it coming, was hip to it, and then dropped that left hand. He slid out to his right, dropped the left hand over off the side, and Rolly never saw it.
Well, how about Gervonta Tank Davis there with a little leather merch, it looks like, their jacket, as he gets ready to come in here and walk into the ring. Listen, there's a young man who we saw in the prelims.
It's inside the car.
His ring walk, and listen, when you have a Tank fight, he brings out everyone. Movie stars, sports stars, Amari Cooper, Bills wide receiver, sitting here ringside, ready for Gervonta Tank Davis. PJ Tucker, NBA veteran, also sitting here waiting for Tank to come on. And you know, you can't be in Brooklyn and not have one of the greats. Fabulous. Yeah. Fabolous in the building as well, waiting for Tank. And how about a guy who just got it Tank on social media, gave him props? Jake Paul. Yes, Jake Paul in the city.
I don't know why they're booing. I love Jake.
They boo his ass?
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Tank Davis, Lamont Roach. Joe, give us some keys. What you're going to be looking for in this fight.
Well, listen, Lamont Roach is going to try to do what everyone else tries to do. They're going to try to box Tank. They're not going to try to, challenge him, sit in the pocket. They're going to try to win rounds and Roach should, by being athletic, using his speed, using his counter punching abilities, and then just try to win one round at a time and don't get greedy. Don't get greedy and stay patient with them. And then lastly, when Tank starts putting on that pressure, don't panic. You gotta maintain. So there's a lot of variables going on there, but if you can put it all together, you got a shot. But it's a tall order. You think he ever fight Floyd? And not to discredit Lamont Roach, he's the 130-pound champion. He is moving up in weight here. But this is a tall order for anybody. I don't care if you're a 40-pounder, 35 or 30. To go against Tank is a tough job.
Listen, there's a big rivalry when you talk about Baltimore and Washington, D.C. 42 miles is all that separates Baltimore from Washington, D.C. The two cities at the center of tonight's main event. In 73, it was the Baltimore Bullets who moved to Washington, D.C. Later, they became the Wizards. In baseball, you got the Baltimore Orioles. Lead the Beltway Series 63-50 over the Washington Nationals. When you talk about football, you got the Ravens. They lead the all-time series against the Commanders, 5-3. A lot of excitement in the area. Both teams want to play off, of course, in the same season here. And in boxing, tonight, the main event fighters, Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach, and they have some history. Because traveling on the same amateur circuit, it was some young teams, Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, meeting twice in the amateurs. This was 2011 in the finals of the National Junior Olympics, when the two were ranked as the top two featherweights, and it was Gervonta Tank Davis who won by a decision of 14-6. That was the margin. So with that, one last time, we welcome in our DraftKings analyst, Dan Canobio. I I know, Dan, you got some prop bets for us here with this main event. Walk us through.
All right, first off, the atmosphere is incredible here, as it always is when Tank Davis is in the building. He and Lamont Roach know each other well. You just illustrated that going back to the amateurs. But I like Gervonta to not only win this one, but also to be over 1.5 knockdowns, which also pays -115. I also like Tank to win in rounds 7 through 9. You can get that at +230. Now, let's take a look at the tail of the bet. Tank is a massive favorite in this one, but I would keep an eye on the live betting, especially after round 3. Tank is a notorious slow starter. All 3 judges gave Frank Martin the first 3 rounds in his last fight, so sitting tight until the 4th frame might pay off tonight.
Sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Thank you.
Folks, it's time for the main event of the evening. From New York City, Barclays Center in Brooklyn, it is the champion, Gervonta Tank Davis, taking on the Reaper, Lamont Roach. We go ringside. Here's Mauro Ranallo.
All right, Brian, thank you very much. And a sold-out crowd here in BK awaiting the arrival of the champion and the challenger, Gervonta Davis, against Lamont Roach. And for Roach, a walk
is this what we're waiting for? Because all this has been making me sleepy.
Yep, this is what we're waiting for.
Oh, God. Dozing off. Nuts.
And it is a historic first here tonight, the first time.
You know, people are going to always overdo it.
Neighboring cities, Baltimore and
OD.
Washington, D.C. are meeting for a championship belt as they put the belt in battle of the Beltway. And you know that Roach has brought his supporters from Capitol Heights to the brightest lights in the sport.
From Capitol Heights to the brightest light.
Roach looking to become a simultaneous 2-division champ, a feat first accomplished by the legendary Barney Ross back in 1933 when he won a lightweight and light welterweight titles against none other than Tony Canzoneri. Of course, a guy by the name of Henry Armstrong, the first to hold the titles in 3.
Tony Canzoneri, you know, Tony.
As Roach looks to make history here
Tony had a soft chin. And he had a good heart.
Lamont Roach, a very skilled and disciplined boxer. And in this fight, he's got to stay disciplined and be unpredictable. Not staying stationary in front of Tank Davis, not give him anything, and box. I know it's easier said than done. Everybody's been trying to do that. But that's exactly what you need to do against a Tank Davis.
Well, to add that, Roach said he not need to be defensively sharp 24/7. He's got to throw a no-hitter in that regard. Yes. He's got to stay to form, knowing the danger across from him. But like we mentioned, his attitude, his confidence has been different compared to other Tank opponents.
Yeah, riding a 6-fight win streak since his lone loss in his first title fight against Jamel Herring. Since then, he's been more aggressive, scoring 6 knockdowns in 6 fights, half of those ending in knockouts. Speaking of knockouts, here comes a KO King.
Mama just bad type shit.
Come through the smoke. Okay, just come through the smoke. Knocking into him.
Tank Davis has transcended the sport of boxing. Brian, he's a cultural phenomenon.
Fresh out the gas station, Braves.
Biggest names have soundtracked his ring walks and name-dropped him in their bars. Hey, when the lights are Redman and others shove you out, you're bigger than boxing. And hey, after, how about Peso Pluma? He dropped a track named Gervonta, and you talk about being a boxing fan, Peso Pluma, the name says it all.
They'll make you want to run through the wall. I want to run through the wall.
And that's why he named himself Peso Pluma, featherweight.
Because it maybe had a boxer he needed. That's the kind of clown he gets into his mode.
This is why this building is full.
Right, I don't even
They keep bumping into him.
Which just seems like it's hella annoying.
He's like, man, just stay right here. Stay right here, nigga. Stay right here. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Running. Too much time. Yeah, oh, that last paper.
For the official introductions for tonight's main event. Once again, we go 15 seconds here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York, as Premier Boxing Champions presents the BBC pay-per-view Prime featured attraction brought to you by GTD Promotions and TGB Promotions in association with Pro Box Promotions and sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. This bout is sanctioned by the WBA President in attendance, Gilberto Jesus Mendoza, along with the New York State Athletic Commission. The executive director is Matthew DeLaglio. Introducing our three judges scoring from ringside, from Connecticut, Glenn Feldman, from New York, Eric Marlinsky, and from New Jersey, Steve Weisfeld. Introducing our referee in charge, our third man in the ring, Steve Willis.
He was like, he was slapping bitch himself.
All right, fans, here we go
with this
with the
bullshit.
main event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Lightweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, it's prime time!
Well, they about you. Unsaid is true.
Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing green trunks, hailing from and representing our
This is the longest show I've been a part of, watching the longest show that I've been a part of.
He weighed in at the lightweight limit of 135
What if
pounds.
you get to that moment right there, where
One loss and one draw. He has 10
and all those
wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is moving up in weight.
You gotta
as he
go to the
attempts to
bathroom.
capture his second world division title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's challenger, the current WBA Super Featherweight Champion of the World, introducing Lamont, the Reaper.
You better go to commercial.
I'm doing myself. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening?
I'm gonna be Boo-Boo Brigade.
It's gonna be a real shitty fight.
And his opponent across the ring,
Boo-Boo
fighting out
Brigade.
of the blue corner, tonight's
Boo-Boo
defending
Brigade.
world champion, wearing green camouflage trunks. He is fighting out of and representing his home of Baltimore, Maryland. He weighed in at a trim and ready 133.8 pounds.
Oh yeah, this dude
He
was
is undefeated in his tremendous campaign.
white beater.
With a record of 30
Next door.
wins, no losses, 28
Yes.
big wins coming by
He's
way
wearing
of
Fox
knockout.
Brown.
Here is the popular superstar of boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hard
Damn, he's here. We could have had you
three-division
order a
world
pizza.
champion and the current undefeated, reigning and defending WBA lightweight champion of the world, introducing Gervonta Davis. Once again, our referee in charge is Steve Willis. Now to give instructions.
Who is Steve Willis?
Yeah, eyes pop like a pussy.
Oh wow, it's tattoos. Thick.
Body tits.
The whole story. Is he black anymore? He is.
In the dressing room, I want you to obey the commands, protect yourselves at all times. Right now, we're going on the low on the green, we're going to go low underneath the black. All right, got it? Chop it up, let's go to work.
Steve Willis, referee for Gervonta Davis. Well, you know the sport of boxing isn't about who throws the most. It's about who lands the right punch at the right time. Davis, a master of that science. But for Lamont Roach, he knows that when it comes to beating Davis, it's not about just skill. It's about flawless execution under constant pressure. Roach Jr. believes his IQ is sharper than the #2 pencil. But he'll need more than wit to withstand Davis's precision and power. Round number 1.
And the big question here, Mo, and I think we all want to see, is if Tank Davis is going to start fast.
We know the answer.
I know.
Well, if you want to look for some areas Roach thinks he has advantage, one thing he said is fighting on the inside. His quote was, "We're going to see if Tank is really an inside guy in this fight."
It just look like two little kids like.
First 3-4 rounds. Davis downloads that data like an AI-generated knockout artist, and for Roach, it's going to be up to him to, does he elect to take the fight to Davis? Does he wait for Davis to come to him?
One thing you can say about Roach, he has never looked in better shape coming in. Looks big, looks strong.
Yep.
Confident,
And we talked about it, Brian Custer, all of us saying, you know, for most opponents, it's like that Mike Tyson effect. You walk to the ring, dead man walking. For Roach, though, familiarity. They've sparred a lot. Yes, they faced each other in the amateurs. And Roach is a champion. He holds a title. He may not have been on this stage before, but he knows what it takes to be a champion. And tonight he wants to make history.
Well, when you come back from defeat like he did in his first title bout against Jamel Herring, which he said created this persona of the Reaper, and you come back and put together the run that he has, that is a champion in form right there. Let's see, though. Familiarity has brought confidence to Roach, but too much confidence against Tank is a recipe for disaster.
Knowing Tank Davis, I doubt he listened to Blue Oyster Cult's "Don't Fear the Reaper," but that's the sentiment that I'm sure he has going into this fight. 1:15 left here in the opening round, and yes, a cautious start.
IQ right now from Roach. We know he's really smart, taking in data right now, trying to read Tank Davis and not trying to let Davis read him.
Might not be surprised that with 2 minutes gone, Davis has yet to land a punch.
Well, this is Roach kind of forcing Davis to take the lead, which is an interesting strategy.
That's what we talked about. But there's that tension. You need to cut it with a chainsaw with a Tank Davis fight. It says the one on his trunks, and yeah, he is the one to sell out arenas coast to coast.
He's also the one to add interesting tattoos, creative designs. How about the red letters "Pain" on the top of his forehead?
Different shit.
Post Malone is jealous.
I like what Roach is doing right now, and I know most of the opponents that David has faced the first 3-4 rounds are always under pressure. They're winning the rounds, and right now Roach putting that pressure, being smart with the pressure.
Well, if you're Roach, you can't be afraid if the crowd boos. That might mean that you are controlling the terms of this fight.
Well, he's been compared to Mike Tyson. Might as well get those face tattoos as well. And there we go. 1 of 12 for
They ain't
Davis,
trying to
3
fight.
of 17 for Roach.
No, I don't need that whole camera right there.
That's the truth.
One more, man. Give me, sir. Okay? You got it? Left or right, head off the line. Don't find yourself just standing in front of him like I did with the headlights, all right? Head side to side. Make sure you pop that jab. And
If you toe to toe, if you're not working, get the fuck out of there, all right? Keep him in the circle, okay? How you feel? Good. Deep breath again. Throw it out one more time. Touch something. Just touch something. Just move around here. Okay. Head off the line, all right?
New voice in the corner for Gervonta Davis, that being Barry Hunter. Calvin Ford still part of the camp. Meanwhile, in Roach's corner, his dad telling him to feint, telling him to try to lure Davis into a counter opportunity. Of course, Davis knows all about making counters count.
Well, this does align with what Roach was saying regarding his strategy. He wanted to really make Tank think. He thinks that could be the difference in his performance, obviously, compared to the others Tanks have had. So many of those fights ending by knockout, by the way.
Here's a rarity in round one. All punches were landed to the body, albeit there were 3 for Roach, 1 for Davis, but still, all body shots.
Yeah, we talked about the reach and making Tank Davis think. And there's those feints that Roach is using right now. Try to make him make a mistake and make him pay. But again, I'm liking how Roach is walking Tank Davis back.
Like this, yeah, blood.
Brian, you and I talked about just this scenario. What happens when no one leads the dance?
Right.
Obviously, this fight can turn at any point. You do wonder if you're Tank, do you want to land something big to set a certain tone and precedent?
Well, he's not known to be that guy in the early rounds, but obviously, yes, his power is just that.
And yet it's interesting, before every Tank fight, always go back, watch tape. And in those early days, my goodness, was he a beast in those first rounds. But it's low output, high accuracy, maximum damage.
How about those shoes on Tank, by the way? You can put on your makeup in the reflection of that more.
Both of them are styling and profiling with their ring fits here tonight. First championship glory. Up for grabs. Roach given special permission to move 5 pounds up for this huge opportunity. Double jab. There's a jab by Davis. Southpaw against orthodox. Roach in the center of the ring. Again, very cautious. He's building the tension. And, you know, we've said it many times. You watch a Tank Davis fight, it's like sitting on the edge of your seat during a blockbuster thriller. You know that a twist is coming.
Over there dying off smoke.
Yeah, it's just a matter of when, really. But again, Roach, I mean, smart round. He's not throwing a lot, but being cautious, being smart. He knows he cannot make mistakes against Tank.
Like his birds. Very neat.
And you look at this lightweight division, of course, a new star on the rise. Another Davis added to the championship mix with Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Vasily Lomachenko.
How about the talent?
So much talent, and, you know, there's hope that they will start to mix it up. There was talk that Davis would face Vasily Lomachenko before Lomachenko pulled out and then had the back injury. But here we are in Brooklyn for this championship fight. And
Don't get greedy when you're in the road.
don't get greedy. Lamont's dad telling his son.
All right? The ref already told you about the clincher. You know what I'm saying? Work your free game. Try to sneak one in there. You tried. That dirty shit. But it's all good. All right?
Yes, they did. They nasty.
Good small pressure, all right? We're going to build off that, okay? When you get in there, feint, jab, rock jab. Throw the 1-2 from range and then hop back over to the right, all right? All right? Because it's going to turn out. No. All right, get low. When he get low like that, you get low. Punch, or push down on his ass, all right? All right? Check it out.
Barry Hunter in Davis's corner, letting him know that if nothing else, continue to use your feet, use the footwork. He feels Roach's feet are already heavy. I'm just wondering, what would happen if a Tank Davis fight started in round 6?
All action all the time. He's not alone in that. Let's talk about some of the great ones. Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez.
And he was mentored by Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, all about that low output, high accuracy.
Yeah, but you got to give it to Tank. I mean, yes, we would love for him to start fast and be exciting, but he's a smart fighter. He knows when to go in. He's reading the fighter right now. He's taking in data, and he doesn't want to make a mistake.
Constantly setting traps, mentally, physically, and otherwise.
Who's going to make the other fighter reach first? Yeah. Do something they don't want to first.
Yeah, Tank, I mean, what fighter, but Tank does not like to get hit, and that's why he doesn't start as fast. He's waiting for the right moment. We need that double jab from Roach. The corner asked for it. Double jab to close the gap.
Just a single jab from Roach and not doing anything with it. Missing with the right, the defense on display. There's Tank Davis utilizing the instructions from his corner, Barry Hunter, utilizing his feet much more here in round 3.
Good body shot there from Tank.
There's another body shot from Davis. Straight right down the middle. Always a weapon against the southpaw, public enemy number 1. But let's not forget that left hook. And Roach has a decent left hook. Loves to go to the body as well.
Roach told us he has no issues at all with southpaws. The only loss, the only draw in his career did both come against left-handed fighters.
So far, Roach not giving him anything.
Lead left hook by Roach in the jab. Nothing there. High guard from Davis. Monitoring the situation. Trying to pick up the tells. Pick up any information that he will use as this fight unfolds. 30 seconds now left in the third. There's a chopping right hand. Good punch from Roach.
Yeah, really good right hand from Roach. And you got to start winning rounds. Bagging rounds. That's all you have to do. Take it round by round.
Well, we saw in Tank's last fight, first 3 rounds, Frank Martin do a good job of taking the fight to Davis, having success. We've seen that with the likes of Leo Santa Cruz. We saw with Ryan Garcia what happened when he got aggressive, got dropped in round 2. So again, it's not a catch-22, but it can be a catch-22 when it comes to fighting Tank Davis.
It's just not getting gritty. Yeah.
Kick the legs out. Deep breath and blow it out, big boy. Bucket on your knees. Deep breath and blow it out. It ain't up. All right, listen. Set him up with that left hook. Set it up with the left hook, okay? Keep going right, and then when you step, bring the left hook, then a right hook. You got it? How you feeling? Good. All right, good. Head off the line, behind the jab, okay? And do not fall in.
Okay.
Oh, you have what, 2 punches? Yeah, but I still want you to move a little bit more. Yeah. We don't want to get, you don't want to let the net touch your face. Let's go.
Call him again there.
Barry Hunter in Roach's corner.
Don't act up on her wife.
They're looking to try to just continue to solve Gervonta Tank Davis, and interesting, even at the highest level, even when you're Tank Davis, it's the basic information that sticks, right? It's just keeping it simple, fundamental.
Center line.
Yeah, get your head off center line. Come in with that left hook, set it up, go with the right hook.
I really like the command of Roach, the patience, the confidence. He's not making it clear in terms of his output that these rounds are going to his favor, and it's something to consider.
And that footwork of Davis definitely also causing issues. Movement constantly from Tank Davis. But there's the double jab from Roach.
Trust tree looks so pleasant.
Just as well, Roach not giving Tank Davis anything.
Who made this?
And you see round 2 where
It's
Roach
on fire.
Davis for the first 2 rounds. In fact,
From the trust tree.
Larry Hazard
I like great colors.
give round 2 to Roach. So
really good
there
colors.
it is. I mean, again, they're early stage of the fight. We're fighting
Hey, heat detector. It's the trust tree. Trust tree of fire, brimstone. I'm over here falling asleep.
That's what treats.
We saw it against Rolly Romero here in Brooklyn. Letting him to the ropes. and then sent him crashing into the ropes with the counter left.
It's such a dangerous proposition for Roach with that high.
I'm glad it's Saturday. Oh man, remember I lost my phone?
Bring down that guard and set up an opportunity for him to end the fight.
I lost my phone a couple of weeks ago, going to the event at the Promontory, and I found it. In the trunk of my car, nestled in between nothing and nothing. I opened the trunk today, and I'm like, what the hell? I've been in the trunk twice. I didn't think I did get a new phone. Yeah. So the moral to the story is, check your trunk. Yeah, I did already. She can put a signature on it. And say, then bust that rhyme of the century. My name is Kitty Brown. Feel like a knight. I'm not a real cat, but I fight.
Tank's getting a lot of sneaky shots to the body this round too.
The Democrats.
Tank took his eye off the ball there, arguing with the referee, took a clean jab.
Why you didn't let me just go ahead and hit him right quick? That's all I wanted. We'll get to the next round. All right, then, thanks. That was that.
Deep breath. Go round. Don't get too fast on your feet when you get in that punching range, you know what I'm saying? Be mindful of your distance, all right? Good round, though, all right? Just be ready to come back. You catch, you shoot. Get the defense right. Lock them all. Defense tight. All right? Good round. You got to follow him. He going to try to... Deep breath. Stay in control. Keep making them think. He see what he's looking for all day long. Take it away, he's gonna have to go to something else. Might come out a little bit more aggressive this round. Be prepared, all right?
Roach's father letting him know to be mindful of your distance.
Yeah, and here we go. Tank got a little distracted there. He was talking to the ref, telling him something, but hey, you got to protect yourselves at all times.
Victor Cruz learned that lesson.
Victor Ortiz.
Victor Ortiz, yes. Sorry, guys. Yeah, of course. Ortiz against Floyd Mayweather. Victor Cruz, a star here in New York back in the day.
Heck of a salsa dancer.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's funny. Round number 5. Victor Ortiz wished I would have said Victor Cruz. No, captain like that. So here we are, guys. Round number 5. We talked about Roach's father saying be mindful of your distance again, especially against the caliber puncher of Gervonta Tank Davis. But it is amazing that no matter what you do, what you say, the Davis fight unfolds. We're seeing this every single fight.
Yeah, and Roach not winning these rounds clearly either. I mean, he's putting in that pressure.
There's not a lot to speak of on either side right now.
I mean, it's a gamble always for both fighters when you're going to allow the rounds to be this low in output. But I'm not sure Roach has done enough to your point to really leave an exclamation.
Exactly.
I like the way he moves. He moves like a cat.
A lot of chess still being played between these two at close range.
It's a good body shot.
Almost like we can go into golf commentator voice. After fights, you just sit there and
It's a tactical fight so far.
Oh, there's a combination for Roach. Davis dropping levels.
Continuing to pound to that body with the left hand.
Into the body again with the left and the right that time. And now flashing some of his speed. Final 60 seconds. Lead left hand, split the guard of Roach. Roach, though, with the uppercut and the right hand, trying to score on Davis. But Davis defending and sticking his tongue out. Under a minute left here into the 5th.
Well, Davis ducked that one punch so well, he got hit in the back as he was bending over.
And he's talking to Roach. Remember what I did to you with the teenagers? There it is. Series of left hands, and now Roach is talking back. Okay.
This is where Roach has to be careful, getting off of his game plan.
Yeah, he got to his head already. By him answering back, you know that's
shoulder thrust. Trash talking in the ring. Referee wanting to maintain law and order. Steve Willis, the man in charge. Davis playing the mind game, setting a trap, evacuating. And Roach continues to talk to Davis, and you're right. Davis is taking Roach out of his game plan here. So we may not be seeing a war yet in terms of action, but the war of words is heating up.
All right. You done made him mad a little bit.
Made him mad a little bit.
There you go. You take chances, but you got to bait it in. All right?
He could have came out to this.
We saw jabs, though. All right?
It's too early to tell, man.
Shoulder thrusts like that in his career, including against Floyd Mayweather, and there was a page right out of that play.
They doing a lot of talking to each other in the ring.
Exactly, Marcus and Queensbury rules, guys.
A little mental warfare, though, for Tank.
Ice on his head.
Tank Davis won that round just by talking. We got him out of his game plan.
I think he also went to the body effectively, and that's going to add up over time.
Most definitely.
So here we are now at round 6, and according to the stats, very close. So not really the start Roach wanted in many ways, because he did not take advantage of the deliberate start by Gervonta Tank Davis. And right now, as we are in the 6th round, let's see what happens, because the words are being thrown at each other. Let's see if the punches start being thrown, and yes, they do.
Why is Roach standing right in front of him? You can't do that.
Why is he staring him down after eating a big shot? Tank's talking to him. He's talking to the referee.
Talking to him. Maybe going to talk to us. But Tank Davis continues to utilize footwork. And now Roach misses with the right in front of him, though.
Roach making a lot of mistakes right now. Not jabbing his way in. He's just walking in straight. Reaching. So, gotta be careful.
Oh, whoa. Davis was going to pull a Dracula there for a moment. You see him when he was on his neck? Of course, another comparison I don't want to make to Mike Tyson, but
that's the last thing we need.
Yeah. There's a counter left by Davis.
And a stiff one at that.
A minute and a half gone here in
And
the
a
6th.
stiff
Midway
one
point
at
of the fight. This is where we usually see Tank Davis begin to bring us an uptick in offense. And yeah, he's starting to put that pressure on Roach. He is, and there the left hand.
He's also stepping on the foot of Roach repeatedly as he throws to the body. It's always about that foot placement.
Yes, of course. Orthodox and southpaw, lead foot dominance. And you're right, that could definitely play a part here. Right now, there's Davis with that lead foot on the outside, able to put that left hand down the middle. Another left hand.
That left hand is sliding now.
Right, the jab from Davis.
Davis is starting to heat up here.
Yeah, keeping this fight in the center of the ring, I like that.
Where have we seen this before? 45 seconds left in the 6th.
He's playing with him, man. They can play with him, bro.
Yeah, the mind games, indeed. Roach can ill afford to get frustrated and then lose focus.
He's got to weather the storm, keep his emotions together, and get back to his game plan.
You know, he's saying kid fighting.
There's Davis, lands a left. And of course, even if Davis misses, you will get a big reaction from the crowd here in Brooklyn. Although I have to say, Lamont Roach definitely has his fair share of fans making the trip up from Capitol Heights, Maryland. Okay, Davis now. Showmanship, gamesmanship. It's entertainment after all.
Good job. I was going to do it. All right, we good, y'all. We good. Now, hey, don't focus on that. All right? We cool over here. Good job. Good job. All right, but I gotta stay tight. Don't fall in with nothing. You hear me?
And Tank Davis, like he normally does in these rounds, he wakes up and he starts throwing a lot more. That left is landing. That straight left and the right hook as well. The body shot from Tank Davis, perfectly timed.
Oh, that's
beautiful placement.
Kind of low right there.
How about that footwork from Tank to get out?
He just got out, yeah.
Circle the wagon. All right? When he turn around, shoot charge, he's gonna counter. Shoot
So
again.
guys, on cue, middle rounds, Tank Davis landed a fight high 11 of 24 in round 6. And he was the first to reach double-digit connects in a round with that fight high 11 in round 6. And according to our unofficial score, Larry Hazard, he has Davis up by 4. He gave round 2 to the challenger Roach.
One thing Roach told us, he believes he does have the power to earn Tank's respect. Haven't seen that up to this point.
But we've shown, and again, we talked about it already, but since the loss to Herring has shown more aggression and power. Again, at 130 pounds, not the level of caliber of a Davis, but man, he got it done. 6 knockdowns in 6 fights, 3 knockouts, and now trying to take the fight to Davis.
Yeah, and we see why he's not letting his punches go as much.
Of course.
That, you know, he does not want to make a mistake. He does not want to pay for it. And he almost did right there.
How nasty was the speed of that counter shot? It was like a shovel uppercut coming back from Tank.
Shovel uppercut, that's terrible.
Davis leading.
Shovel.
Right hook.
Shovel.
And Roach is trying to come forward, but unable to launch an attack. And now the pressure and the punches from Davis. But Roach coming back, goes to the body, lands the right hand upstairs. Oh, good left by Davis, although it was caught off the glove. Nice left by Davis, but hey, Roach took good steam off the punch.
Roach is standing strong at the moment, just not landing much in return.
Hey, like, okay.
Nice double left hook by Roach to the body and then to the head. Right hand by Roach. So good success here for Roach in round 7. Oh, and a right hand by Roach. Another right. Referee Willis interjects. But Roach is having moments here, guys, in the 7th, a minute left.
Wow, is he ever? He's trading with Tank Davis, with the powerful Tank Davis. He's trading punches, letting his punches go. Beautiful combinations from Roach.
Here in the 7th,
braids
Roach
out.
13 of 40, Davis 8 of 18.
This is where that confidence that we mentioned of Roach is coming forward.
Yeah, but then again, Tank Davis makes you feel that you're in the fight, and then boom.
Oh, that's so bad, man.
So you can't get too comfortable now, Roach. Don't get greedy.
Half a minute left in the 7th. Great round for the challenger. At a time when we're not used to seeing challengers do well against Gervonta Tank Davis.
God damn.
Roach has thrown twice as many punches as Davis this round so far.
Changes.
And yet only landing him by 3 thus far. Oh, good. Solid shot there, Davis. Oh, there's a right hook to the body by Davis, ripping that right hand. And then Roach rips a left hook to the body. Good stuff here in round 7.
He studied hitting me in the back of the head, though.
Everybody's got brain damage. Everybody's got brain damage.
We're going to get CT scans anymore.
No, they don't even need them. They all know y'all.
I'm just letting you be here, dude.
That right hand up tight, catch that over. You can punch with the
You just travel like Jack.
He's trying to counter everything with the left. All right, deep breath. You hear me? Keep working in the clinching. You hear me? Keep working in the clinching. Bend your knees some, though. Get a little bit sway so you get a little bit more leverage on your shot. All right? Okay? All right? I want to get greedy in the exchanges, though.
Roach's corner wants him to be smart. Well, he tried to make Davis smart in pain. He landed a fight high for either guy. 16 punches in round 7. For Tank Davis, more than half of his landed punches have been to the body. So here we go, round number 8. Things beginning to get interesting.
You got to give Roach credit that round. That wasn't him surviving. That was him thriving, letting his punches speak for themselves here. He feels like he's back in the fight. His corner believes it, but you're always walking that tightrope against Tank's power.
Yeah, he landed some really good shots. Great combinations, but again, he's feeling too comfortable. He's got to change the script. Make Tank Davis feel that, make him make mistakes.
Davis intercepting the jab, parrying it.
Nice job.
And better defense. There's a jab there.
Yeah.
Roach in the body. So Roach, the corner says be smart. I mean, he's trying, but you got to continue to attack somehow.
Roach talking to Tank now.
Now, when he's attacking with that jab, he's walking Tank Davis back with that jab.
Defense from Roach, good feint. Double jab through the guard. Oh, great evasion, and then Davis looking to go to the body with the left hand, but the jab remains a constant for Roach, and Davis closes the distance.
Look, we saw the big betting odds in favor of Davis, and that's going to happen when you're on the run that he is. But those in boxing knew that Roach was going to be as tough, a stiff test. And I think Tank's team knew the same thing. They know him well. They know what they're up against. And Roach is faring well for himself here.
The jab is a very effective weapon here in the 8th. And you're right.
Yeah, he's feeling comfortable with the jab, but he's got to be careful because it almost seems like Tank is waiting for him to throw the right hand and counter.
To uncoil that left hand. Ooh, and there it is.
Please, he's still on.
Just got backed up with a counter right from Roach.
That's a big moment in the fight for Roach. You talk about getting respect. That was his moment.
He's earning Davis.
Make a pee on the cell.
Right, backing Davis up.
Woo.
Uppercut that lands for Roach. Davis digs to the body.
Yeah, right too.
30 seconds left. And the last 2 rounds, Lamont Roach Jr. making things interesting here in this championship affair. Looking to become a simultaneous 2-division champion, looking to pull off the upset.
Okay, remember the last time I've seen Tank take this many clean punches in 1 round.
He's getting
especially in round 8. So Davis being outlanded the last 2 rounds by Roach, and there's a sign of respect by Davis.
Right.
Saying, okay, okay.
Got to take a different.
Deep breath. Hey. I wonder when he comes. Who? You can see it. All right? You can see it. And just be alert to go. Okay? Keep rotating your hands. Get
And this is how effective Roach was in the last round with the right hand. Boom.
Ooh.
He counterpunched Tank Davis. Tank Davis landed to the left. Roach came back with his own right. There it is. He timed it right. Counterpunch him and the uppercut. He landed some really good shots, Roach, in this last fight.
That's about as great.
He was not expecting those.
It's about as great of a round as you can ask for.
Yes.
The plot thickens here. Round number 9. Barclays Center, Brooklyn, sold out. Gervonta Tank Davis putting his lightweight and undefeated record on the line against amateur rival Lamont Roach Jr. and on the unofficial scorecard of Larry Hazard, well, Roach is closing the gap.
This is where you look back on those early rounds where not much happened. Could the judges have preferred Roach? It's an interesting spot for him to be in. This is everything he said he would do so far he's doing.
There's a counter right, nice right uppercut. Roach taking the fight to Davis. Davis high guard, wanting to explode with the left. Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaned with right.
He took a knee.
He took a knee.
What happened? What the fuck happened?
What is he doing?
He forgot his...
It's got to be a knock.
What in the world is happening?
Took a knee. He's got to count.
I understand. You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown. All right? Back up. Back up.
That's a generous call from
Did he not take a knee?
He did take a knee.
And again, wow.
Weird.
Okay.
I thought he had hurt his hand. Did he not take the mouthpiece to come out?
That's what I thought.
Oh, here comes Davis.
Ooh.
Davis exploding. And Roach
Better get their feet together.
Roach eating some big shots and coming right back.
A minute and a half left in what has been an eventful ninth. We thought Davis might have gone down for the first time in his career. Instead, he exploded, and Roach took the shots and fired back some of his own.
Roach has to be careful. Tank loading
Oh, they getting at each other.
Tank unloading lefts and rights. Roach doing a pretty good job of deflecting some of these shots. Short left hand from Roach. Counter right hand lands by the challenger.
This arena is on their feet right now.
Final minute of the ninth. Lead right hook, left hand from Davis.
Never expected Roach to be taking these shots and countering and answering with his own big shots right in the center of the ring.
Roach feigning with the right uppercut and the left hook. Davis, high guard, taking a look. 30 seconds left in the ninth. Davis misses with the left and Roach. Check right hand there. Chopping counter right.
It's a really nice right hand. It's landing, but do not fall in love with it, Roach. If you throw it more than once at a time, you're going to get countered.
Another lead right hand there for Roach.
Yes, you're right. Davis, an expert at taking advantage of predictable patterns. Very good at reading the situation, but hey, he's in tough here right now against Lamont Roach Jr. Through 9 rounds, Roach outlanding Davis.
He came over with the fucking shit right there.
Let's take a look at what
Dude, that's not that green juice.
And I thought it was.
The blinding jab.
Blinding jab.
Yeah, what's
Look at
wrong?
the ref. Something's wrong. He took a knee.
That's a knockdown.
It's a knockdown. You cannot take.
What is?
Yeah.
What? Wow. This sport never ceases to amaze me. There's the replay official said no knockdown, guys.
Well, it certainly did not come as a result of a clean punch, but it was voluntary.
It was jabs to the face, but you're right. Exactly. It wasn't a power. It wasn't a knockdown punch.
That blue magic.
Time Floyd Mayweather was down in his career when he broke his hand.
Exactly. Interesting. Wow.
But why did he go to the corner? Something bothering his eye?
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
But again, not allowed to take a timeout during the round. Here we are, round 10.
I don't know, he's not looking good. As long as
lowers his
this
hands to
dude
say,
stay
yeah,
up.
try me.
So, first hit up.
I mean, we got to talk about Roach for how good he's looking in this fight so far. 10th round, and he's pushing Tank Davis back. The right hand is landing.
The odds makers may not have believed that Roach would still be here, but he never doubted it. He never did. You're seeing that confidence show through.
Thus far, here, less than 2 minutes left in the 10th. Tank Davis has failed to throw 30 or more punches in a round. Roach has thrown an average of 44 in the last 3 rounds. And to go back to the situation involving Davis, the commission looked at the replay. They said, yeah, Tank Davis had something in his eye. Referee Willis allowed him to take the knee, get the towel wipe off, and here we are, guys. Nice right hand from Roach. Nice left hook from Roach. Right uppercut on the inside. Combinations from Roach. And you're right, though, Abner, as you keep saying, don't fall in love with it, but it's effective,
Effective,
Wait.
and he's taking his time. He throws it one, twice at a
doing
time,
nothing
but not
wrong.
consistent for him to read.
left hook to the body. That's one of his patented punches for Roach. Nice combination from Roach. Roach continues to land the right hand.
Wherever this fight goes from here for Lamont Roach, he has earned his respect.
Stunning affairs here in round 10, where Roach has landed 8 of 26. Davis just 3 of 13.
Good body shot there, though, from Davis.
Another body shot by Davis. But
Just when David catches him with the body shot, Roach comes back with the uppercut. And now pushing Tank Davis back.
Roach has doubled the output and the connects of Tank this round.
Oh, beautiful body shot by Davis. Another left hand from Gervonta Tank Davis. But Roach snaps the jab. We are headed to the championship rounds. Lamont Roach Jr. making it interesting here tonight.
How many rounds they got? 20?
Hey, put a trigger on that shit. Don't stay in front of him like that.
Let me wipe your face with this. Let me wipe your face with this.
That's like, I thought it's still got to do.
We're going to see an exchange by both fighters, trading punches. Lamont Roach taking his time there, waiting for Tank to get in. Boom, beautiful left hand. Well timed.
Boink.
Tank getting in. There it is. He's done it.
That's what his look looked like.
Let them do their job.
Come on, seconds out.
Gervonta Tank Davis living up to his reputation, though, in many ways. Low output, but he's landing 45% of his power punches. But just...
Will the judges favor some of these really big counter shots from Tank up against the consistent production of Roach?
Yeah, we've seen some big counter shots from Roach in the last couple of rounds. And according to our unofficial scorer, Larry Hazard, he has Davis up by 2 points. He's given 4 rounds, I believe, to Roach.
I feel like it could be that same Scott
the other way.
Hey. Oh.
All right, championship round here.
Go ahead.
Davis in the championship
fight against East Coast. He
only managed to go 12 full rounds with him, and that's when Davis hurt his left hand. Lamont Roach Jr. looking to hurt Davis's pride. He's the first fighter, Roach, to land more total punches than Tank through 10 complete rounds. Already a moral victory for the defending junior lightweight champion, Lamont Roach Jr., who continues to attack Tank Davis.
That's a tremendous stat. And oh, by the way, guess who doesn't look like a 130-pounder tonight? Roach settling in nicely to his lightweight frame here. And he's very much in this fight in the championship rounds.
Nice right uppercut, left hook lands for Roach. Davis missing.
Yeah, he's missing. He started pushing Roach
to me now. Says you can take one, I can take one. Won't be a knockdown. Who's going to bend the knee? In Game of Thrones action, because this Game of Thrones is getting interesting here. Exchanging fire with Davis and having success, Abner Mares.
Listen, you have a right hand, and then he's well aware to bend down and get not let Tank Davis land that left.
Nice combination from Davis. Another.
That was a big punch.
I wanted to hit him on the dick. I wanted to.
One was rough. Now watch that. All right? All right, here we go. That one was rough. Okay?
They're both talking the talk, and, welcome to the rock with 40 seconds left here in the 11th round, but Lamont Roach Jr. more than proving that he earned this opportunity, guys, and making the most of it right now. Will it end up with him being crowned a champion? We've got just over a round left. And he's doing a great job here in round 11 as well.
Maybe him getting crowned as a two-division
champion. Let's stop.
One, although Davis fighting on even terms here in the 11th. Both of them have landed same amount of punches.
I don't think anyone expected this.
So he getting him in the headlock and shit? Like, you wrong.
And final round is here.
Boy.
And for the first time in a long time, you have to wonder.
I like cooking.
What's going on?
Deal.
This is the last round.
Foul. I never really turned down a sweet pickle, but if it's on my hamburger, I'm all good.
Lean on his ass, all right?
Somebody who loves you. Have you ever heard of
Let's go. Turn it up. Lock your defense in.
red chips?
This might be a Mike Tyson right here. He might be Mike Tyson.
Why you talking like Tyson on it?
Mike Tyson. He all over the
12th and final round.
This shit.
Isak Pitbull Cruz saw the final bell after 12 rounds for Lamont Roach Jr. He's not just surviving, he's thriving.
He's fighting really similar to Tank Davis, counter-punching.
You know what I'm saying?
Larry Hazard's unofficial scorecard has Davis up by 1, and it could very well be the other way on the official scorecards.
Look at Roach just taking the fight to Tank here to open the 12th.
And yet, you still feel the sense. You never know, but here we go. 2+ minutes left in the fight.
Oh, the pressure on those ringside judges in this one. Wow.
Mental focus, a lot of talking going on in that ring. Jab by Roach splits Davis's guard, and Davis misses with the lead left.
And Roach still talking to Tank.
And Davis eats the body shot. And another left hook upstairs, right hand. Left, but there's a counter left from Davis. And then Roach lands another jab on Davis.
Wow, Roach has to keep doing that.
Again.
Combinations, oh my God, he's beating Tank Davis to the punch.
Punches and more.
Stop holding him like that, because you losing.
If you're Tank, you might need to get a knockdown.
Red
You
face.
might need to go for it.
Exactly. A minute and a half left in this fight.
Hands down, hand down.
He could very well be on the verge of being crowned.
Tell you, hands down, man down.
Champion in a second weight class.
Talk about flipping the script.
Davis has landed just slightly more power shots. Roach very much controlling the jab department. Davis has landed more body shots. So again, these scorecards could be all over the place. Less than a minute remaining.
You could cut this tension with, say it,
the chainsaw.
There it is.
Oh, but Davis looking for that left hand. 40 seconds left.
And this is how close their fights as amateurs were.
Roach said the familiarity, he knows Tank's tells, he knows his weaknesses. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to execute.
And Roach is executing tonight.
Davis' hands are low. Roach on the hunt. Is Roach about to offer the mother of all upsets here in Brooklyn, where Gervonta Davis became a champion for the first time? Is his championship reign in jeopardy? It comes
Speaking of him in the face.
to the judges at ringside. Lamont Roach Jr. moving up in weight and proving, hey, he belonged in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis.
So I said, get Jackson's thing, the one. Oh, that sound cold. Anybody else gonna have that? You damn right. What would you fucking do about me? What you did? What you think you did?
The sport here in America, 3-0 here at Barclays. His knockout streak has ended at 4. But will his championship reign end? Let's take a look at some of the action, Abner.
Well, as predicted, Tank Davis started slow, but here we see him land that left back-to-back. But Roach was always in the fight. He always felt comfortable, never uncomfortable, always pushing Tank Davis back. He always had a response to what Tank Davis threw. Uppercuts, beautiful combinations.
Got a good game plan.
Pushing him back with the jab, and that's the replay when he took the knee.
So,
again,
he landed a punch.
Yeah, and he took a knee. Again, Roach just had a response for everything that Tank Davis was throwing at him.
And yet, as competitive as it gets, Abner, they were separated by 3 or fewer landed punches in 9 of the 12 rounds. You see the total punches landed favor Lamont Roach just by a bit. Power punches, that belongs to Davis. The jab belongs to Roach. Decision belongs to the 3 judges at ringside. How often do we sit back on tenterhooks awaiting a decision for a Gervonta Tank Davis fight, but here they are showing respect to each other.
This is something I shouldn't have decided to do.
His respect tonight.
Watching boxing. Now I want to fight. I want to go outside and fight people. Fight power. I want to fight. I want to fight. Fight my friend.
Lack of sharpness, but Lamont Roach came to not only fight, but came to become.
You didn't bring us any food.
Our unofficial scorer, Larry Hazard.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know what happened to that either. I think we started doing the show. Oh well.
Let's see what
people will be out here starving in the name of entertainment. Starving in the name of entertainment and boxing. Entertainment, boxing, and candy. Entertainment, boxing, candy, and water. Ow. Call the police.
Talk about knowing his opponent. He kept mentioning that, during the fight. He said, I know Tank. We fought many times. I know what he brings, and I think that's why he felt so comfortable in there. And talk about the chin. He got hit by Tank Davis many shots, and he took them.
All right, so plenty of anxious moments here. The tension palpable. The man who's about to relieve it, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ooh, give me that baby. I want wide. Just a little wide.
Eric Marlinski scores about 115 to 113 in favor of Gervonta Davis. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman both scored the bout.
They about the same height.
114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.
Yeah. That really wasn't no knockdown, drag out by one end. And they was both getting each other.
Look at Davis, look at Roach. Nobody's happy. Look at Jake Paul. He might be happy.
Fuck Jake Paul. We be telling y'all this.
When it's a draw.
Not hear you, brother. Arthur Abraham.
You just wanted to shake your titties, bitch. You stay your ass on TV, making a fool out of yourself and family.
No longer a perfect record for Gervonta Davis, who's now 30-0 with a draw. Lamont Roach Jr.
You got
gave it all he had. Let's go
Yeah.
inside the ring.
You fucked up your record, bro.
I want my daddy records.
The first blemish to your unbeaten record and a very interesting fight.
In a very hot ass jacket.
Of the decision by the judges.
He'll take that draw after he watched the replay. Right.
For sure,
He will take that fucking draw.
Think so?
Catching with some clean shots.
I feel
like I was breaking him down as the round was going on, but he got he kept coming, so I didn't want to make no mistakes, so I kept it cautious.
Did it surprise you how competitive he ultimately was in this fight?
Nah, to be honest, I really made it competitive for real, to be honest. But for sure, Lamar is a great fighter. He got the skills, like I said before. He got punching power. It was a learned lesson, shout out to Lamont Roach and his whole team, man. Hopefully we can run it back, for sure. Bring it back to New York. Let's do it again. Let's have a rematch back in New York. Let's do it again, baby.
It seemed like the two of you...
With the purse?
We're having an ongoing conversation during the fight. Your own podcast. What was being said back and forth?
When?
During the rounds.
Oh, during the rounds, there's a little bit of shit talking. That's how it is. You know, we're competitive. We grew up in the sport together and shit like that. So it was definitely fun while it lasted. For sure, like I said again, hopefully we can get a rematch. If not, you know what I mean, all the best to Lamont Roach and his whole team.
Tank, you voluntarily took a knee midway through this fight. It was not ruled a knockdown. What happened?
I just got my hand.
He didn't knock him down. You just said it. I don't understand why you trying to get more words out of his mouth when he just gave the clue.
It's like certain shit that melt. Like, hey. That shit crispy. Like it's damn. It's all type of shit in his hair. All type of shit in his hair.
He said it's jam.
No, look at that shit. It's crispy and sleek as fuck. Like that.
Look how he looks so upset.
He got all the
man.
This nigga look. I'm like this motherfucker took a whole knee in the middle of the goddamn fight.
Because
his hair is fucked up,
man. Look, man, we've been on this motherfucking app for 3 hours, man. Look.
I thought that was a terrible idea I just had, bro. I'm glad I had the idea with y'all.
Yep. Tune in next week with us, man, as we gonna get into some fruit and herbal smokage. You know what I'm saying?
I thought we were supposed to be doing that today. What happened?
Yeah, but he came with the
fight.
Yeah, he came with the fight shit, so I changed it.
Let's do violence.
Let's do violence.
Out of the peels of mangoes next week.
I don't know if I'm gonna be here for that shit. I really don't think I'm gonna be here for that. I think I'm gonna
so tune in,
regular person. Yeah. I'll stretch these fucking
Tomorrow,
thighs now.
we got the check-in. I'm so you ain't gotta say shit. I ain't gotta say shit. All right, y'all. Tune in next week. We love y'all. Thanks y'all for tuning in.
Thanks for allowing me to be here.